It's a tiara made out of teeth.
You're a fairy now.
Oh god, a tiara. Fucking hell.
He kneels down. He kneels down before you, hand lifted up in supplication. And he goes, "My liege!"
Deimos just discards the bag and takes the crown.
As you toss it, you hear a lightning quick snap of jaws, and even though you didn't throw it in the direction of Bloink, the bag has just vanished from the air and he remains absolutely still. However, you do see something working in his throat as if he's trying to swallow something heavy.
Deimos' eyes are just wide. He's like, is this how you view me?
You can read! And you are Hobgoblin, and I am Goblin! Together we could rule this land! And he gestures at the Tantalium, and then he gets up and imagines not a stool or a stepladder or anything that makes sense. Instead, he just imagines that he's wearing really big platform shoes. And suddenly he is eye to eye with you. And he puts a small skinny arm around your shoulder and gestures at them where we probably have Israbo midway into eating some ramen, or Rinder midway into eating some ramen with the noodles still hanging from their mouth. And he kind of looks up at you and tilts his head as Bloink whispers into your ear, "Sir, look at the weaklings. They could benefit from your leadership. Our leadership. You would be the king and I would be your dark vizier." "The revolution is nigh," he says a little bit more loudly, teetering on his shoes.
Deimos shivers a bit. Goes, "Whatever you say." He puts on the crown.
As you put on the crown, Bloink raises both his hands to the sky and screams, "Vive la Goblin!" and then hurls a rock at Rinder. But as he goes to throw it, the platform shoes he's wearing, there's a loud snapping sound, and he begins to tilt. So the rock goes way wide, bounces off of someone else's ramen bowl, we'll say Shushkar's, and then shattering Shushkar's bowl. And Shushkar just looks down really sad at him as Bloink topples as he's only on one platform shoe now and crashes to the ground.
Bloink!
"My liege! You're too strong! Run!" And Bloink takes off on all fours, scrabbling at the ground.
Deimos quickly turns in circles for a moment, and then just books it in a random direction.
Roll me an intelligence save.
That was adorable.
The direction you run in contains a solid bookcase, and you slam into it, books flying everywhere.
Somewhere Sloan is triggered. And Daberforth.
Godspeed damned. Oh god. I assume Deimos just collapses onto the floor and rubs his head in confusion.
Meanwhile, Israbo.
Uh-oh.
Hugo the Magnificent approaches you, the tentacles exuding from his face, wiggling wildly in something that you've come to realize is either excitement or hunger, or both.
Probably both.
And the Mind Flayer approaches with a flourish of his little blue cape. And in your mind, you begin to hear him speak. Meanwhile, in the mind of everyone else around Israbo, you guys are all treated to eldritch horrors in your brains.
Oh god.
Yay, exactly what I need.
Whoopsie doodle.
Wait, what?
Sorry, guys.
Tell me a joke, he says.
Why can't I think of a D&D specific joke? Damn it. Okay. You kind of caught me off guard. Give me a minute to prepare a little. And Bo rubs his hands just like I am. Fuck. You know, improv is not my strong suit. Think of a joke, think of a joke, think of a joke. Any joke. Literally any joke. Butts.
Butts.
My brain just went totally blank. I know so many jokes.
The pun master has been silenced.
It's because you caught me off guard. I need preparation and shit. Oh God.
I'm waiting.
Look, okay, Dylan. This is a Heather issue.
Thank you, Meg. Gain an inspiration.
Oh, noodles.
That was Noodles. I thought that was Hugo.
What's the difference?
One doesn't speak Eldritch.
Well, I mean, no, I don't know. Have you tried to speak Eldritch to the Noodles? All right.
That's the
I
joke.
have tried. The noodles are strangely uncooperative.
Maybe they should be flying instead.
So you attempted to speak to the noodle. So you attempted to speak to the noodles, but you didn't make any progress with that.
None.
Not even al dente.
His eyes narrow, glowing a deep purple, and he says, "You live for now." As he like pulls his hands and then begins to back away slowly.
Cool. See you this time next week. And Bo turns back to his noodles with like a Jesus fucking Christ look on his face. Because I'm pretty sure this is just a weekly thing at this point.
Helena,
Oh boy.
an old female.
So, beforehand,
Uh-oh.
y'all bitches remember Helena, right?
Yes.
So,
Who's that character?
shut up. You have a play there.
That one lady.
Lose all character.
Anyway, she doesn't have her long hair anymore. She has shorter hair.
Aw,
I'd show a picture. Oh, Lizzie.
it's gonna be cute.
Continue. No, it's not.
Oh.
But continue. An old woman?
No, go. Oh, you're not posting the picture?
I will, but continue.
No, post the picture first. I'm linking up the stream right now.
Okay, even better. Where is that? It's a little edgy. I won't lie. I do that when I was in a bad time. It's loading up and it'll be in Hero Factory Art. And a bit. Right, it was Ecstasy who cut it. She started it, but he helped her fix it.
So while this uploads, an old woman, female orc, approaches you. Her back bent with age, her little wisps of gray hair sticking out of the sides of her head, and her teeth mostly gums at this point. She has a small gray tray in front of her, and she leans down to where you're seated. and removes a small object from the tray and places it in front of you. And she smiles at you friendly like.
Okay. Thank you, Raniagi.
Anything for my darlings. I think, dear, that you need as much care as the children these days. She pats you on the head.
Oh, that makes sense. Can I examine the object?
Pardon?
Can I examine the object?
Yeah, it looks to be a little cookie shaped like Helena, with little gumdrop buttons.
Me.
You're armed with a licorice whip.
With a what?
A licorice whip.
A licorice whip?
Yeah.
What the fuck with the whip? I don't own a whip.
No, licorice whip is a candy, not like a licorice in the shape of a whip. A licorice whip is actually. Yeah.
Thank you for explaining that.
You're welcome.
And you have gumdrop smiles.
Bites the head off and eats the cookie.
You know, darling, if you ever need me, you can come find me. And she pats you gently on the hand. I look out for all my children.
Thank you, Raniagi. But that's alright. I should be fine soon.
Hello, Earl.
Hello. Hi.
Did y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
It was too cute.
I got you, man. I'll turn it back on just for you.
There he is.
Yeah. She has short hair. She's showing off her scar, though she's keeping her eye closed.
Ooh. I didn't even realize she had a scar, to be fair.
Well, it happened in Knowledge and Power.
Yeah, it happened in knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the assassin who was blatantly trying to kill Helena.
I did forget about that because she always has her hair over her face.
Yep.
And she just
Now she's showing it off. Bonus to intimidation. Negative
Hell
to
yeah.
persuasion.
To persuasion.
Xeris. Xeris.
Yes.
Kylona approaches you.
Who?
The former princess of Mayer.
Who?
She kind of...
He wasn't here during that session, though,
I know.
and you would have to give him an
I know.
update.
I'm about to describe. She is a svelte, that's the word. She's a svelte young woman of around maybe 25 years. And she has tender hands that have calluses on the palms. Sorry, small hands with calluses on the palms. She's currently wearing a pair of goggles above her head and with magnification on them. And she looks like she's quite dirty and covered in dust.
Uh-oh, dust.
Damn, dust gets around fast.
Damn, now we know why she's dirty, I guess.
She grabs hold of your hand and is dragging you somewhere, Xeris, whether you want to go or not.
What?
She's talking very quickly. All too fast to be understood as she drags
How
you.
tall is she?
She's like a good 5'2".
I couldn't hear you down there. I'm sorry.
She waves her hand at you. She waves her hand at you and says, "It doesn't matter if you can hear me or not. It's not necessary for what I need you to do. Just come with me. In fact, keep your mouth shut throughout the entire progress, please."
Okay. Maybe.
She pushes you into a room, and you are quickly ushered into the center of the room above a spot marked with an X. And she lets go of your hand and says, "Stay right there for me."
Been in this situation before.
She steps away from you to go to a chain that is attached to one of the walls. The room is entirely dark, and there's like 8 spotlights on you and this X. Do you just stand there?
I guess.
Alright, she pulls the chain, and there's with a loud goop, like splork sound as you suddenly find yourself covered in what appears to be muddy clay. She rushes back over to you and says, "Now you're really going to want to keep that mouth closed and hold your breath," as she begins patting down the mud and clay on top of you. And you can feel it beginning to harden in places as she works over your entire body.
I know what she's doing. But...
I know what she's doing too.
Do you just allow it to happen, Saris? Do you panic? Do you wonder what she's doing?
Just let her keep doing it.
Alright. She pats you down, and it's getting more solid around your body, and then you're realizing that she definitely didn't give you any way to breathe. Roll me a con save.
Zeus was good at those, right?
Zaris is good at those, yeah.
Where's those nat ones now?
I'm at 20.
Zaris, you hold your breath the entire time without complaint. And then a good maybe 5 minutes later, you feel something like chipping at your back. And
I
suddenly...
don't feel anything.
No, you do feel this because she's chipping
I
you.
feel nothing.
Alright.
He has no feeling in his back.
Oh, okay. So, she chips you out of the sculpture that she's made around you and assists you at getting out. And it looks like she's made what appears to be a golem in your visage.
Upgrading golems, cool.
She quickly, tilts the sculpture and the mold she's made out of the front of your body and begins pouring what appears to be some sort of liquid gold into it before sealing.
Cheese?
Zeus looks around. Does it have a hammer or a sword?
It has both.
This isn't right. Can't do this.
Oh, the equipment is changeable, so don't worry about it too much.
Oh. Cool.
Anyways, this is going to be the model for the commanders of the golem army I've been building.
Oh. Interesting.
So she continues filling it with that liquid gold, and then reattaches the back and caulks it close. And she says, "All right, I'm done with you. Here," and she hands you a bag of gold without looking at you.
Huh. Okay.
She paid you 200 gold for your trouble.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to her anymore at all?
No.
Yeah, Xanis, you just walk away.
I admire my statue.
It's nice. Of course, it's very threatening, especially when she tests a button and it fires a pair of lasers from its eyes. She says, "Oh, that feature wasn't supposed to work yet."
I can't do that yet. Yeah. Alright, he leaves.
Okay. And eventually all your bones vibrate. All 8 of you, because again, Dylan is bad at math and there's too many people playing. What?
We had an interlude.
Huh?
Nothing.
So, your bones begin vibrating and you guys all head into the White Room?
Sure.
Yes, to the White Room we go.
Tyr is there, as always, along with Tybalt. Tybalt opens up his notebook. And he says, "We would like the Meridana Miracle Makers to make a showing at an event happening on the world of Tol Shalar.
Damn, guys, you guys are getting popular.
Do we have to pay a toll to get there?
You will need to pay each individually to buy a ticket to this event. It is a party that is beginning to be hailed as the never-ending ball. It's been going on now for the past 3 months.
Wait, a party going on for 3 months?
Yes.
How much is it?
Tol Shalar is... How much is it? I don't know. You'll find out when you get there. Tol Shalar is a nation that encompasses the entire world, led by a dictator queen in a completely totalitarian sort of government style. They've been having problems with rebels for the past few decades, and the queen has finally eradicated all the final bit of resistance against her rule. This party started as a celebration of the defeat of the rebels. The party host, a man named Johann Bath, has become extremely enriched by this party going on. Being that he's sold for tickets and he's made many lucrative business deals. As such, his good fortune has made the queen have good fortune. And so she has been continuously extending the festivities. The partygoers are free to come and go as they choose. Meaning that it's not always the same guests, but it tends to be the same houses putting in representatives. Bolt, is everything okay? Tavalt says. I see. Someone can brief him later.
Ooh, Gibbs.
Now, the party has been going on for so long, and with recent events, that Tol Shalar is beginning to attract multiversal attention. The world is unaware of the multiverse as of yet, and it seems as if all parties involved want to keep it that way, but they've still been putting in representatives as well. Cold Steel has a representative there. We know that the Burned Hand will have a representative there. It appears like this party is becoming a place where all sorts of different groups are able to meet and have peaceful interactions. For the most part. We want you to go, put a showing up at the ball. We want you to investigate the ball to make sure it poses no danger to our group. And we want you to find any strong souls you come across and bring them back. I would highly recommend speaking to Mr. Both at some point. But otherwise, your time is yours, and you can choose to speak with whatever groups you would like at this party. Does everyone understand?
Sure.
Sort of.
Information is the name of the game here, folks. The more information you gather, the more of an understanding you'll have at what's going on at this ball, and the more you'll be able to accomplish things. And of course, if you find anyone at the ball who needs a bit of work done, you're welcome to take on those jobs as you see fit. Whether they be assassination, protection, whatever you need. Same for trading. There is a section of the manor that has been set up for market world shops. Meaning you might be able to find certain curios if you can find the password to let the shop owners know that you are multiversal aware. we do not know what the password is, before you ask. Does everyone have an understanding?
Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Formal wear would be provided, or do we have to look for it?
Formal wear will be provided to those who don't have anything already.
May I be excused to go change into my formal wear? I had no idea it was this sort of occasion.
We'll be automatically changing you into it in the teleportation process. Did you just want an excuse to get naked?
They have to use the bathroom.
You can go in your pants.
No, that was not the case.
What?
I mean, how do you know what it is that I'm gonna wear? Like, that's like...
Because I can see into all of your... Tavalt says, because I can see into all of your rooms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, can
That's
you
a
also
thing.
bring that yellow dress, sitting in the second drawer from the left? It's nice and folded up. I was gonna wrap it up, but, you know, bring that along too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, blue linen dress.
I will look amazing in a tux.
Wait, you can see all of our rooms all at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard
I'm
to
terribly
tell.
sorry about the state of my room.
I'm not sorry about it.
Look, my room is a town.
Listen.
I have a room.
Lot to keep an eye over, and so I sympathize.
Bo, you don't even know.
I mean, I live there. I think I would know.
Not about that. I'm not
You're-
sorry.
Tyr scratches his belly idly.
Who am I?
Also, one of you needs to accept my mark.
Sure.
Deimos volunteers.
That was perhaps.
Oh, we haven't warned him, have we?
You see, like, Kendall put out her hand a little bit. She's like, I wouldn't recommend that.
You want a soul bond?
How bad could it be?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Helena approaches Deimos and opens her eye and points at it and it's like, come see, come sa.
This doesn't seem very convincing.
What's for the mark for?
You
Hobgoblin Deimos approached. Sorry, he says Hobgoblin General Deimos approached my chemise.
Don't do it.
Deimos approaches it.
Well, it was nice though.
All right,
Kendall covers her
roll
eyes.
me a Constitution save as he places a hand on your head.
Please get a nat 20.
All right, although you have a good save, this
+3.
+3, so 20.
Wait.
This.
I'm gonna run up to him and touch him. I'm gonna use guidance.
Oh, you're touching him.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No!
Oh no!
Roll me a Constitution save, Kendall.
Oh
Well, bye, Kendall.
God damn it.
Roll me a Constitution
no! This is
save.
what I get for a
Kindle.
good character.
And +3.
It's just getting another mark.
I know.
2 for the price of 1.
Tyr seems shocked that you rushed up. That's a 17, I know. And Deimos, it hurts, but you managed to stay on your feet. Kindle, you're on your knees, but you're
Can
not
I-
in the fetal position.
Did
or
I
anything.
fail it? Can I
Huh?
roll? Can I add my +4 because of arcane deflection? Does
Oh,
that make me pass?
You're still gonna get marked. Deimos has a 20, and he's getting marked.
Okay.
This is just how well you resist the pain.
Well, with the +4, she'd hit 21. Just FYI.
Yep. So, I would like... Alex, can you post Tyr's mark in the Hero Factory
I
IC
already
chat?
know what this looks like.
For those who don't know what it looks like, this mark can appear anywhere on your body.
That's why Helena has an eye.
Yep, Helena got it on the eye because she nat 1'd her con save, but you guys did really, really well, so you get to pick where it appears. As a part of you subconsciously decides where that mark that has been posted appears on your body as if it were a tattoo.
Cool.
Same thing that Sloan had. He has it on his back, but this one can be anywhere.
On his right arm.
Cool.
You know, I never really thought of Tyr as a fertility goddess.
It does look like
Wait,
it.
It's supposed to. It was designed to look like one. The Tantalium's like a womb. You guys are birthed from it to go and explore new worlds every time. That's the whole point of the thing. But it's also a ram.
Okay.
It's gonna appear on her forehead.
Alright, Kindle gets it right on the forehead. With the horns, I'm guess, curling your eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I picked that spot because of knowledge.
And Tyr says, thank you, your service is noted.
She looks at Tyr and she goes,
I know you, and I don't like you.
He raises an eyebrow to that.
I don't like you at all. I just need to point that out.
and I know. And then she's gonna like do like the two finger, like point at her eyes, point at his eyes.
Deimos is gonna step back, like deeply sighing, and then he's gonna check out his arm.
Deimos, you just got rid of a mark, but now you've got another.
You want to get rid of it again?
All right. The door is behind you, stark and imposing as always.
Helena walks in.
Here you go. We'll go.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have to make sure Bolt comes.
You guys all walk through the door. In Bolt's case, he's dragged. And as your vision clears, you're appearing in a nice courtyard with a lineup for the door. It appears like most people have passes and are able to just get through pretty easily. And there is a small window to the side where people are able to buy tickets from the look of it. There are two people at this ticket counter right now. One with green hair and a lean build, and the other one with red hair and a short and stocky build.
Oh,
I seen
Jaren and
Crossroad
Darren.
one day.
Wow, this ticket music got really fucking intense.
Mario and Luigi.
Alright.
And the green guy is arguing with the ticket seller, and he's going, "What do you mean you haven't heard of us and we're not invited? We're the heroes of justice!"
In justice we trust!
In justice we trust! The green-haired guy turns and yells back before returning to argue with the ticket seller.
Random citizen, I hear that you are in search of justice.
Oh god,
I,
the redhead
Bolt,
says.
For I, Bolt Magnum, is here to assist, random citizen.
Sweet lord, there's two of them, the redhead says.
Wait.
The guy with the green hair turns and says, "Well, come on up here then, friend. Honorary member of the Heroes of Justice." It's like, you can't just add to our group like that, the redhead.
I, Bolt Magnum, will now join the Heroes of Justice, for I, Bolt Magnum, a member of the Meridana Miracle Makers, is here to join the Heroes of Justice as the liaison.
Oh, bye, Bolt.
Jaren just blinks at you, the guy with the green hair, and the guy with the red hair also blinks at you, but one of them looks ecstatic and the other one looks upset. I'll let you switch. Green-haired guy says, "Boom, we even have a liaison. Is that like an ambassador for fancy people? I think it is, Mr. Ticket Seller. So you better go march in there and you go tell your boss, Mr. Bathhouse, that we are here."
Yes, we are here.
The ticket seller looks exhausted. The redhead man looks equally as exhausted. Both are looking to the rest of you.
Sleepy.
Both are looking to the rest of you for help at this point.
I think you'll find my name under very important people.
And what was your name, sir? The ticket seller says.
My name
Says
is
it 5 times a day.
Magnum, at your service. In justice we trust.
The guy pulls out a scroll and begins to like flip through it. You're not on the list. I can sell you a ticket, but I can't let you in for free.
Well, even the common man needs to have his economy. What is the price of the ticket? Ticket salesman?
It depends. Are you trying to buy a night pass, a day and night pass, a weekend pass, a season pass, or a yearly pass? Or we also have the lifetime option for you high rollers out there. The ticket seller says in a monotone, I've had to repeat this about 200 times in the last 5 minutes voice.
You should get a sign.
So how much is the price for each?
For the night pass, it's 25 gold and you're good for 6 hours. The day pass, it's 50 gold and you're good for 8 hours. The day and night pass combines them both for 80 gold. The weekend pass is 200 gold. The yearly pass is 80,000 gold. And the lifetime pass is 3 million gold.
For how long can I stay for? And he takes out his money pouch and he counts up the coins. For 8 gold.
Wait, I got this.
The ticket seller just sighs, puts his heads in his hands, and says, between the three of you, you now have 8 gold. As he looks at the heroes of justice. And Jaren goes, times have been hard for our multiversal traveling band of adventurers. And as he gets out that last word, way too slowly does the redhead clap his hand on the green-haired man's mouth and begins dragging him off as the green-haired man struggles, flails, and curses.
Now I'm interested.
And the red-haired man pulls the green-haired man a little bit off to the side and begins giving him a scolding.
They're not covering the tickets anymore.
Where the ticket seller is still there with Bolt in front. Linder?
You never answered my question. For how long can 8 gold get me?
0.
What if I sweeten the deal with this very nice flag of the Meridana Miracle Makers?
I can't drink on the job, sir, but I appreciate the offer.
Bolt, I think I know how to get us in.
Can we
I see.
buy the tickets?
It appears that I have to seduce the ticket salesman.
Please
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Please don't.
And he starts unbuttoning his shirt.
Sir, please.
What if I do this?
Sir, that would only give me a reason to call security. Please stop.
Okay, stop him. No, please.
Rinder?
Rinder's gonna stop Bolt before he goes too much further.
Okay.
Deimos looks to whoever's
He's gonna
closest to
lead
him.
Bolt back to the room. He's like,
That's it.
Bolt, come on.
Look it. Oh, stop.
Go a bit too far.
I remember why I never leave my again.
I only have 5 gold.
Start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No.
7,
I know how to get us in.
Sure, a person I've never seen before.
Okay.
As soon as Kendall says something, I already do. My eyes narrow a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, let me pause for a brief moment. Earl hasn't seen, and a lot of people have not seen Kindle and Deimos. Would you guys like to post written descriptions of what they look like so the others can see?
I can just verbally explain really quick.
And some people have forgotten who Rinder is.
What?
Who's that?
Brady.
Never heard of him.
Do a written one because I want to keep the flow
Alright,
moving.
I don't have
Is
time
Deimos-
to write one.
Okay.
So.
Is
And
he
that's
still
why
physically corrupted by the gold?
Normally have, if you look on the character sheet, on the sign-up list, there's some tabs at the bottom.
Yes.
The very
of
right
course.
side is character descriptions. You can just copy and paste that in if you've already written it, and if not, you can write it there
Yes.
now or when
Of
you're at
course,
time.
I will copy and paste it into the hero in character chat.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Alright. Kindle's gonna waltz up to the ticket booth.
Hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Not the best.
Now you see, me and my friends,
And then she starts scratching her arm a little bit.
me and my friends, have been going through some tough times monetarily lately, and I know that might be difficult to understand.
And she's gonna touch, like, as she's touching her arm, she's gonna cast this on herself. And she's gonna go,
And like I said,
He
I know
rolls
that
his eyes.
I know it
He
can be
rolls
hard
his
to
eyes.
understand.
Cast it.
But I think you understand how it is, being somebody who gets bossed around a lot because you're like lower on the ladder and stuff, and you just have to listen to your boss. I think you can get back at your boss by just letting us in.
and then she's gonna cast Charm Person.
So as you cast Charm Person, he reaches up and dully scratches at his elf-like ears. Yeah, he manages to resist. And he looks down and he says, "Come on.
What?
Don't... Do any of you have any money?" He says.
I do.
Sorry, sir. We're just here, rabble rousers ready to party on a budget. Don't worry, guys.
How much will
I
it be
got
for all
this.
of us?
We offer a group pass for the weekend at a
How
reduced
much?
price.
Perfect.
I don't care about semantics. Just give me the price.
She says as she whips out her gold pouch.
20,000 gold.
She closes the bag and looks up at him and goes,
Fucking excuse me?
Oh, this is chump change. Do you really need this?
No.
she says,
Yeah,
sticking up
I'm
her
like-
finger.
And goes, no. I will not be hassled like this. You think that we have that much money? Do we look like we have money to you?
20,000? Wonderful. Let me go ahead and take care of that.
I'm the goddamn queen!
I step up.
One of you is wearing a tiara made out of teeth, he says.
The old fart
And
Side to side.
the other one is wearing a
Brenda, you want
crown.
to split it?
Sure.
Sorry, sir. We like to let her speak so that she, gets used to being a grown-up. But here you go, 20,000.
Look, man, I didn't know we started running a daycare.
Me either. How many children are in the Tantalium?
Put out your hands.
Until we can find her mom and dad, she's with us.
Put out your hands.
And she's gonna be a real good girl.
Guys, give him your hand so he can stamp your hand.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Alright, you guys approach one by one, and he attaches a deep green bracelet to all of you. Those of you with, he attaches a deep green bracelet to all of you, and then begins to explain. This bracelet is magically enchanted and will allow you to enter any of the party rooms in the manor. If you need... if your bracelet glows red, you are in a restricted area. It should keep you good until the weekend. Once your weekend in the party is over, the bracelet will begin to glow yellow. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Why does red always mean bad?
She
You can
sniffs
come
the
and
bracelet.
go. You can come and go as you please.
Okay, where's the main entrance?
He points to where the people are lined up. You have a weekend pass, which allows you to skip that line. Go around to the right. You'll find a secondary entrance for weekend passers.
Cool.
Thank you.
Israbo, you said you had expressed interest in the pair.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are, the red-haired man is still scolding the green-haired man. And as you approach, I want you to roll a perception. to overhear some of their conversation, unless you're making yourself known before you get close enough to hear.
Actually, I plan on just walking up behind them and slipping an arm around the both of them.
Yeah, sure. Roll me perception then as you can hear what they're talking about.
2. Nah, I don't hear shit.
You do catch a single word, the word lance. You're not certain if it's a weapon or a name.
Got it.
And you approach, slipping your arms around the both of them. And the red-haired one immediately ducks out of your arms. And he takes a stance that it looks like he's about ready to throw a punch. The pauses as he sees that it's you and that Jared, that the green-haired man, has actively put both his arms around you in a hug, as he mistook what you were going for. He's like hugging around your chest.
Everyone wants to Jared.
It's Bo.
What was that, Rinder?
Everyone went to Jared's.
Oh my god. Wedge is gonna be so happy. Anyway, so yeah, he's hugging me, so obviously Bo's just kind of hugging him back and looking down at the little man and just being like, so I understand that we have some shared business.
I've posted a picture of them in the hero thing.
Oh, that's so old.
Oh, those guys.
That is.
It pains me to watch it. No,
It's so,
keep it.
it's so great. Like the poses are so great. Like I love the pose of them, but god damn, you can tell this is old art.
Yeah, it pains me.
I think it's beautiful art, but it's just you can just tell it's one of the earlier works.
It's one of my favorite art that Alex
I mean,
has
it's
done.
better than what I can do, so I'm not judging.
But I do harshly.
So Isrubo, and anyone else who was interacting with this pair?
Well, I figured I was doing that while they were getting.
Yeah, so yeah, you're doing that while they're getting.
That's gonna take a while.
Yep, so yeah, the green-haired man is actively hugging you. And he looks down at you because he's very tall. He's
Oh yeah, no,
like,
he's definitely taller than Bo. Bo's
he's like 6'2", but it's not like muscular height, it's all gangles. And like he's all gangles, he's all long limbs.
I actually made Bo 5'9". Huh.
The other man, it looks to be about 5'7", and he's more muscular and stocky.
Cool. I'm right in the middle of the two of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them ducked out from underneath your arm, and
No. Hi, Dylan.
Oh
Hi.
yeah.
We're doing the singular wireless bars.
So, the one of them is hugging you, and he looks down at you, and he says, "This is nice."
I know, isn't it, dear?
Aww.
It's Bo, you guys, come on. So I'm gonna look down at the other guy and be like, don't lie. You kind of want a little bit of this.
Absolutely not. Who are you?
Oh, of course, have I not introduced myself?
No.
And Bo will slip half of him out from the hug, leaving the other arm around Luigi. And I'm joking, Jared. I'm sorry, you said tall green brother and short red brother.
They don't look related at all.
Oh,
They do not look like they are related.
okay. Well, that helps a little. Okay, so he pulls one arm around from Jared and like kind of holds it down towards him, and he's just like, I'm Queen Isrubo of Mayer. You might have heard of me.
Mayor, Jen says, "Is that the place?" And Darren just nods. The noodle incident. I'm Darren. This is Jaren. We're heroes of justice, Jaren chimes in. And Darren raises a hand to his head and says, "We're mercenaries."
Tomato, tomato, darling. Whatever you do is what you do.
His eye twitches as you say tomato.
Tomato is the word he got offended at? Oh, God. Okay. So, I'm trying to think, but I'm laughing too much. Oh god. Okay. So he's like, so noodles.
We don't want to talk about it. Jaren, like, looks like he's about to say something, looks at Darren, and then lowers his head in a very quiet voice, says, we don't want to talk about it.
That's all right then.
So you're a queen?
Yes.
I'm not impressed.
You don't look like the kind of man who would be, though, darling.
Jaren, however, is looking at you with sparkly eyes.
I like him.
You became a queen?
Oh yes, you see.
I've wanted to be a queen this whole past 5 seconds, he says.
So what you need to do is find yourself a king, figure out how the marital stuff works, and get his crown.
He suddenly, like, leans his hand down and entwines his hands with yours and says, found my queen!
No, darling, you need to find a king.
Darren just, like, has one of his gloved hands against his face and just looks like he's entirely done with this situation.
I've already found my king, darling, but you are adorable. And Bo just kind of boops his nose.
He wiggles his nose at that, and Darren says, well, it has been wonderful to meet you, Queen Israbo. But we're busy. We are looking for work right now, so...
Oh yes, across the multiples, you say.
Darren blinks at you and says, I'm really bad at math. Darren, however, his eyes narrow, and he goes...
Me too, I'm also bad at that.
He says... We are more looking for a place to settle down.
Well, how convenient. I happen to know a place.
Ongoing commission.
Injustice never settles down.
Bolt said.
Bo kind of taps his mouth at the ongoing commission, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm free to take other work as well.
A sudden light dawns in Jaren's eyes. Oh, you're a prostitute!
No, darling, no, darling. I'm far too picky.
That explains everything. Oh my gosh! I didn't want to be a prostitute, he says.
He says, no, don't worry. I'm not a prostitute. I'm far too picky.
And clearly...
Oh, a luxury prostitute, then.
A courtesan is the word.
The party begins to all approach Bo, it seems. And the red-haired man quickly clamps his hand over the green-haired man.
Helena's heading to the door.
And
she's like, I'm done with it.
You hear him whisper something, and you guys can roll perception.
All right.
My hobgoblin ears.
Oh, perception, right? That's the thing.
Bo's too busy trying to correct that he's not a damn prostitute.
With the hearing of justice.
Helena lost vision in one eye, so it all went to her ears.
It's a group check, and that's enough for success. As you guys hear the red-haired man whisper beneath his breath, I will not have you put us underneath another headsman's axe because you called royalty prostitutes.
Bo just kind of chuckles. He's like, don't worry. I don't have jurisdiction here. And I don't think I'd do that if I was.
Oh, you're not working the street to move!
No, darling, not tonight. Tonight I'm here for a party. And I believe you fine gentlemen need help getting entrance.
What is it gonna cost us, Darren says, as Jaren nods with the hand still clamped over his mouth.
This greensleeve fellow gave me 100 gold for free to give to you, the heroes of justice.
And that's just a tip, darlings.
Darren's eyes remain suspicious and narrowed, and he says, all right, so what's the catch?
We're here to enjoy the party, same as you. We're here to learn, same as you. And we are travelers, same as you. We have a base of operations that you are invited to.
A traveling base of I see.
No.
So 100 gold for information services for the night, am I correct?
You are correct.
Does that include us having to buy our own tickets?
Well, wait,
I'm going to see what I can
you.
do about that as an entertainer.
Jaren speaks up, oh my god, do we get to wear the bard costumes? And Darren goes, please no. Jaren goes, I love the bard costumes.
Don't worry, darling.
I'll go get my skirt.
And Bo's gonna kind of like almost chuckle as he sees Jaren getting ready to run off, and he looks at Darren kind of like holding back excitement and says, wait, he has costumes.
He has costumes. So there's a slight break as you have to wait Israbo for him to come back with the costumes. And Jaren calls out, come on, Darren! And begrudgingly, the mage begins to trudge off. Israbo, as he goes to leave, he turns to you and says, we can handle getting ourselves inside from here.
Well, if you're sure.
If we're breaking out the costumes, then it means we have a way. Simply leave a note with the doorman that the Lady of the Lake approaches. And
Very
please,
well.
don't think too lowly of me after tonight. And he walks away, resigned.
Leave a note with the doorman that the Lady of the Lake approaches.
Yeah.
All right. By doorman, does he mean ticket salesman or doorman?
Shrug.
Do I see a guy standing at the door?
Are you guys going around to the side for the weekend passes?
Yes.
No, Kindle's doing something first.
Oh, you cast Identify a while ago, didn't you?
Deimos is.
Yes, she casted Identify on the bracelet. I'm using it
Yeah,
as a
the
ritual.
bracelet does everything that I said it did.
Does it do anything else that's funky?
No, nothing funky. It looks
Nothing
like
negative.
it's
Moki.
nothing negative. It causes no negatives. It doesn't even have an alarm feature built into it yet. It looks like you don't. Yeah, it doesn't do anything that I haven't.
It's
haven't
basically
said it
just a
does.
Chuck E. Cheese pass.
Yeah, it really is just a pass.
Okay.
I like Rinder jamming out to the travel music there.
That was me doing that.
So you guys go around the side. There is the guy at the VIP section. There's a guy at the weekend pass section. And there's another section where you can see a band offloading instruments.
That's where I need to go. You guys, I'll meet up with you in a moment.
Okay.
There's no line. There's no line at the door, so you guys are able to just pass in. The guy just like looks at your passes, makes sure that they're glowing the right way, and then gestures you inside. Israbo, you said you were going to the servants' entrance. Is anyone else going to there with Israbo?
The entrance?
Does it look fun and
Servants.
exciting?
Not really. It looks like the band is just like unloading their instruments right now.
That does certainly seem attractive, but we should probably stay with everybody.
Israbo, you go over to the servants' entrance. Like I said, they're unloading their stuff. They seem to have people helping them do it, so they don't look like they need any help. The guy at the door is just organizing them and telling them where to go. It appears as you approach, you don't need a perception for this because he's speaking loudly, so this way the entire member of the bands can hear him. All right, so you're scheduled to go on at this time, so you will need to wait in waiting room B until we call on you. After your performance, you are free to peruse the party for the next 6 hours, and then any longer, and you'll need to buy your tickets. Your payment's already been arranged for you. And then he turns to another person and begins repeating the same thing, but says a different waiting room. And then you realize that it's not one band, it's actually several he's organizing all at once with his clipboard. He seems quite proficient at it, too.
Okay.
And you see another person approach, and he quickly looks down. Clearly, he has a list on his clipboard, and he says, Man on Fire. Yeah, we've got your act lined up. You're good to go. Go in here. You just watch for a moment. You get a sense that essentially someone approaches him, and he knows them by how they look, reads off who they are on the list, and then sorts them out.
Okay. I am gonna wait, see if he notices me at first, to see if he assumes I'm a specific act. Because, I don't know, I could be lucky if I keep my mouth shut and look pretty.
He looks over at you and quickly, glances at the list and then looks away from you.
Did not get lucky.
No, it's clear that he's not about to invite you over to come talk to him.
That's fine.
Are you just going to hover for a little longer?
I'm going to hover for a little bit because I don't want to interrupt him when he's busy. That would be rude and put him in a bad mood, so I'm going to wait.
Okay, we're going to go to the people inside the party while you wait.
Yep, that's fine.
So, those of you inside the party, you are treated to a massive ballroom with tables along the side, a big stage with a blue curtain behind it, with 2 doors leading out of the ballroom. The ballroom appears to be about 20 by 30 feet.
Oh, that's very small.
Oh, sorry, not 20 by 30 feet, that's squares. So 100 by 150 feet.
There you go.
There are some people dancing in the center, there's some people sitting at tables talking, there's people clustered by the doors, and like I said, there's 2 doors beyond the stage. There's a second balcony up above as you look that overlooks the party. It looks similar to the way that Ventress had her ballroom laid out, with the balcony having a hole open so you can still see the dance floor. And then when you look past that, you see that there are balconies going 3 floors up.
Is there a snack bar?
There actually is. It looks like there are servants moving around with trays, and you overhear a couple nearby ask, "Darling, let's go to the dining room. I want to take a part of the all-you-can-eat buffet." And her husband says, "Just don't get us thrown out again, Louise."
Deimos just silently breaks off, starts searching for the dining room.
It appears we've already lost one of our children.
Alright. Deimos begins searching for the dining room. He's clearly walking away from the rest of you. Are you guys going with them?
Who's going where?
No.
What?
Deimos is going to the dining room. Well, he's trying to find it right now.
Good luck.
Does anyone want to roll me any sort of perceptions or anything right now?
Yes, I would like to roll perception, please.
Absolutely.
That's an insight, not a perception. Oops. I don't even know which is which now. Oh well, I rolled an insight. An accident, but it's the same modifier as a perception.
Reroll.
Alright. Got the same thing, so it doesn't matter.
God. That 31.
Because the insight first, I thought that I roll it expertise, but fuck it. There we go. Perception-wise.
Yeah, one moment. Helena, you were at the Venus Mansion Arc, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
You recognize at a table sitting nearby Venus and her bodyguards.
Oh, wonderful!
We're gonna need her services soon.
She's having a cigarette It looks like it's smoking in here is permitted. And her bodyguards are all like surrounding her booth.
Yeah,
So she's sitting in it alone, going over some papers. Well, they all like essentially form a human wall. There's like a little red roped off section as well. Just beyond her, sitting essentially on the table almost right behind her is Ventress. She has, for those who will recognize him, that assassin fellow's son from before, sitting there with her. But she's sitting with her back to Ventress, and it's clear the two don't know each other and aren't interacting in any way, and it's just convenient that these two are sitting near each other. There's someone who catches your eye for a brief moment heading into a different room, and you think, Helena, you caught a flash of brilliant red hair similar to yours.
Ain't that lovely? You know what? Helena's gonna go after it.
Alright, Helena begins going after it. You guys just see Helena start striding with confidence across the ballroom.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, she's eager for a dance. I say we all try to... Sit up?
Bolt, is anyone else rolling perception? That was just for who Helena sees.
I will. I have to finish writing that. I will. It's definitely not gonna be as high. But then I'm gonna try something else. This is like the main room, right? As far as we can tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of them, yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do a spell too.
Oh, Helena, one more thing. As you start crossing the ballroom, you detect a foul scent for a very brief moment.
Like somebody not wearing its deodorant.
No, not like someone not wearing deodorant. But like, you can't kin it, Helena, but it actually stops you dead in your tracks because it's just so shocking to suddenly smell the scent of reeking garbage.
Oh! Okay.
Hold on.
Why would I don't understand.
Is there an open bar?
There are people delivering drinks here, but there's not an open bar. So we're gonna kind of go down the list and start with Martin from now on. I'm just gonna go in the Roll20 order for people, so this way everyone gets to do their thing. Because it sounds like you're about to split the party into like 6 different groups.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
You see a group of the bloody rose. Or was it the bloody thorns that I call them?
Bloody thorns.
The bloody thorns. Thank you. You see a group of the bloody thorns with Captain Rosetta.
Oh hell yeah!
At their head at a longer table.
So the cannon fodder.
Their second wife.
Does Bolt recognize any of them? Like any of the people that was in the Stephen arc?
Yes, actually, you recognize the what the fuck is the Drow's name? How do I forget his name?
You keep forgetting it. You've forgotten the Steam Arcs too.
Hold on, I have it written down. One moment. Unless this is it was in the book that I burned and I forgot to recopy it into this one.
Did you actually burn a book?
I actually did burn one of my notebooks, yes.
Why?
I didn't do it.
I had no choice. Elzot, that's his name. You see Elzot there. I believe that the rest of the Bloody Thorns that went with you on that, didn't they all die, or did Dunkelman live?
Well, I mean, the thing is that a lot of the time you actually didn't describe what happened to the others. So the other ones I know that actually died was the
Roach.
I know that. I never know what happened to like 3 of them or something like that.
Yeah, I think Quarter and I think Dunkelman live.
These names.
Quarter was the draconic sorcerer with no hands, and Dunkelman was the sergeant.
Yeah, I think that's that. That
Yeah,
should be
the rest all died. They're there as well, Bolt. And it seems like Dunkelman, sorry, not Dunkelman, Quarter has new hands made out of pure silver. You can see him gesturing with them as Lieutenant Knifefoot tells a funny joke, and he begins to laugh.
I'm going to put Kindle on my shoulders.
Was it Dagger Shoot? No, it was Dagger Shoot. I call it.
Oh, on your shoulders now. Okay.
Okay, usually you ask. Right, Echo?
Yeah.
Kindle.
All right, Kindle's up on the shoulders.
And then I'm going to approach the group.
Dunkelman sees you coming and points and says something, and Quarter turns to look, and he's about to wave friendly, and then Dunkelman puts his hand down. The table grows silent until Lieutenant Elzot stands up and says, "Bull Magnum!
Oh.
Hero of the Meridana Miracle Makers!"
Well, according to this flag, we are now the Meridana Miracle Makers.
Oh, a brand change, I see. He spills a bit of the drink he's drinking on himself, but doesn't seem to notice. It appears like most of the mercenary group is fairly drunk at this point. And they welcome you to sit with them if you'd like, Bolt.
I would love to, but I have some very pressing matters to attend to. More specifically, finding out why I am here.
No problem, man, Elzot yells. Hey, listen up. That guy is Bolt Magnum, one of the Miracle Makers' best. Oops, and then he slips and hits his head off the desk until he straightens himself out. And the whole table bursts out laughing at him. There's a good 10 to 15 of them sitting here.
I make note of where they are, and then I'm going to, I don't know, meander about until I find something else to do.
Well, as you go to leave, you turn and bump into a strong-looking militaristic woman. She's wearing ceremonial armor. Sorry, one more thing I forgot to mention. They checked your weapons at the ticket seller. So we can go and do that roleplay right now, actually.
What for?
They started disarming us?
Yeah, they asked you for any of your weapons. They say that anyone without a military background is only permitted to carry a dagger with them inside this party. With a military background, you are permitted one ceremonial sword for decoration only, and you are instructed to keep it in its sheath. The knife that they say that you are all allowed to bring is for dueling. If you do not have a knife, we will supply you with one.
Helena has two.
So, question. I made a custom background, but the custom background is a part of being...
You look like you have a militaristic background.
Okay.
You look like you were the squire to a noble, and you look like you've seen some fighting. They will allow you with your ceremonial weapon. It has to be a sword, though.
My flag! No! Bolt sheds a tear as he leaves his flag at the counter.
They give you tickets for your weapons where you can retrieve them, and you guys your identify spell, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that the bracelet is linked to the ticket, so even if you lose the ticket, as long as you have the bracelet, you can claim it. And if someone doesn't have your bracelet, they can't take your weapons.
Aha. I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Here's my rapier. That's all I really have.
Yeah. Deimos, what background did you have? Oh, Hermit. Yeah, they're gonna make you leave your weapons unless you can convince them that you were a soldier. You were a soldier, which is the weird thing, but you'll need to convince them of it. Anyone with a military background, you guys have an emblem or something to prove it. In Bolt's case, he has his service to Vaja. He has a service of her house.
Right.
They don't recognize where it's from, but they say, yeah, that looks militaristic to me. So, do you want to convince them to let you keep one of your weapons, like a ceremonial sword?
Yeah, but I don't know what to use. I would have something. I have like a patch from my armory, from my unit.
You do not. It was kind of destroyed along with your body.
Yeah.
Are they making you not keep your weapons, Terrence?
Huh?
I thought this was your whole entire livelihood, your identity.
Who?
I
It's okay. Demos doesn't eject.
Green, do you want to roll a deception to convince the keeper to allow Damas to hold his weapons?
Yeah. This is your whole entire identity.
You lose your emblem again?
I
have another one for you if you need.
Yeah, you do have a bag full of Squad 33 patches, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, are we close to Locrian?
Hold on. This is a little back in time. We're gonna zoom into
So you're not on both shoulders at this
you're not on.
moment.
You're not on both.
Okay.
We're all there right now.
This is back when you guys were entering.
I poke Locrian. Roll another d4.
Okay. Roll a d4. By the way, Bree, it's very obvious you're casting these spells unless you have. Yeah. Meaning that although you poke him, the ticket seller's like, I know you cast that.
So 20.
Yeah, she's gonna look at him and go, I don't care. Arrest me.
I mean, it will raise the DC of the check. But anyways, it doesn't matter because as Locrian is making up a backstory, Xeris just shows him another Squad 33 patch and the ticket seller goes, he didn't realize he was in your unit. Yeah, you can wear one of your swords as a weapon. Deimos, you go to hand him your hand axe, the one that's like all voidy and shit.
Yeah.
And as he touches it, it just vanishes out of his hand and reappears on your belt. And the ticket seller looks at it and says, okay, give it to me. you go to hand it to him again, it vanishes and it appears on his belt, and he looks at you and goes, stop it.
I'm trying, man.
Well, see, this is what I meant. That it's its entire identity. It literally can't be severed from him. We tried once. He even takes it into the shower. Can you believe it?
All right. I guess we can make an exception for the hand axe, but you don't get to take a sword then.
Fine.
I leave it up to you.
Deimos hands him all his gear. It's like taking off like 5 minutes to take all his gear.
Anyone else want to keep their weapons?
Yeah. Kindle's gonna go,
Don't you know who I am? I'm a sage. You can't take my staff.
The ticket seller just reaches out and like gently plucks it from your hands and holds it above your head.
How dare you? She says, and her hands like start to spark a little bit and then go on fire, and she goes,
You don't know what that is. You don't know what you'll do with it. What do you think you're gonna do, huh? Punk.
We're going to polish it, clean it for you, and then return it.
Oh, okay, you can have it then.
and then her hands are gonna extinguish.
Yeah, Rinder, me neither.
So anyone who didn't have a knife, you're provided with a dueling knife.
Can Helena take one?
Sure, I'll take a dueling knife.
Can I take one of my daggers instead?
Oh yeah, no. If you already have a dagger, they're not going to take it from you. You can just bring it in.
So I don't actually have a ceremonial sword or anything like it. Am I going to be provided with a ceremonial sword?
Please say yes.
He looks at you and says,
hilarious.
"Yeah, sure. We have a loaner." And he pulls it out, and it's just this beat up, tattered hunk of junk by the look of it.
Okay, I'm renaming the thing that I put in my sheet from ceremonial sword into a hunk of junk.
You pull it out of its sheath, and the blade isn't faring much better. It looks like it's 90% rust.
Do you need help with that, Bolt?
No, because the edge of justice never gets dull.
You raise like the sword triumphantly above your head as you say that.
Yes.
The tip falls off. The tip falls off.
Just the tip.
But just
Prestidigitation will not clean rust.
yeah.
Rust that's not, I don't consider rust dirt, I consider it miscare of equipment.
So it would be mending.
Yeah, a mending would work to fix it.
Sorry, don't got that.
Kindle shrugs.
I'm
You can make it look mended.
Hey, Bolt, what's your favorite color?
The color of justice.
Has no magic inside any of the buildings. However, there is a section for mages to study with other mages if needed.
Question: does Render get to keep his shield? Ceremony shield?
No.
Does Helena get to
not even with the soldier background?
Not even with the soldier background. You got your ceremonial sword. If you want the shield, you'll have to convince the ticket seller.
It's the shield of offering.
What? do you want me to help you, May?
I don't think the shield should be let in.
Xeris triggered.
Xeris triggered, but
I'm gonna smite the shield.
So,
see.
What? Bear with me.
I'm gonna go yes or no now for everyone. Deimos, you're done with the ticket seller in the past?
Yes.
Locrine, you're done with the ticket seller in the past?
Yeah.
Kindle, you done with the ticket seller in the past?
Yep.
Isra, done with ticket seller in the past?
Nope.
What do you want?
Well, I didn't do anything yet, so.
Cool. Are you giving up your weapons or are you trying to lie?
Okay, so real quick, because I have a bag of holding.
Oh wait, you have a crown. You have your royalty. They don't try and take anything away from you.
Kick ass! Awesome.
Alex.
Do they try to take away Helena's holy symbol?
No.
Then it's fine, I'm done.
What about Deimos's crown?
Deimos, you're wearing teeth on your head. The guy just like looked at it and yeah. Xeris. By the way, you're actively wearing people teeth. It's not animal teeth, it's people teeth.
Oh my god.
Like it's clearly people teeth.
Tooth stealer. Where do you think he stole the tooth from?
Several of you characters who have had your teeth, who have imagined teeth for him to steal, tricking him into thinking he was stealing your real teeth. They're still They're still there, and you're outside of the Tantalium. That crown should have disappeared.
Interesting.
Xeris?
Saying that's a crown made by Boink.
I'm gonna lean in and be like,
It's a crown of teeth.
What?
It's a crown of teeth.
Yeah.
Is the crown made by Boink?
Yeah.
Why aren't we playing?
Blink toss.
Oh, you missed it. Yeah, no one tossed Blink today.
Well, Bloik tossed himself with those platform heels.
Yeah, he
Well,
tossed
listen,
himself.
there was a smell of garbage in the ballroom already.
Xeris, are you doing anything else with that ticket seller?
I mean, I don't think I need to do anything. I turned Blackburn into a.
You turn him into a longsword, and they're like, "Cool. Don't kill anyone with it." Render.
I'm really tempted to intimidate the guy so I can keep my shield.
What do you got to lose? Your shield.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll use my inspiration too.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you know, Commander Rinder?
That's a 19.
That's an intimidate. Oh.
Yeah, he was trying to intimidate him.
Shit.
Yeah, the ticket seller's like, dude, listen, fuck. I'm not gonna be the one who gets in shit if security asks why you have a shield in here.
Hey, you know that thing with the axe earlier? Same deal with the shield. It's just moot.
Yeah, cool. I'll write it down as an exception. Just fuck, man. You didn't have to do that.
He just stared at him.
Listen, he hasn't had his water.
Look, we'll get him a couple drinks and he'll be cool. Don't worry.
Well, Mac, you finished with the ticket seller?
Yeah.
Well, Magnum?
Give him the.
Ooh, I can have a green drink too. I'll be back.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, Megan, back your birthday?
Can I please keep my flag?
And if you take it off the spear, yeah.
Where's the cape?
Fine, I wear it as a cape. This tattered, burnt, fucking Meridana Miracle Makers flag has a bunch of sponsor placements on it that is burned from fire, that has holes in it. I wear it as a cape.
So there's a hip hop Samurai Champloo transition as the scene fast forwards to the current time, where Bolt bumps into a large muscular woman with a ceremonial blade at her hip. She looks at you, Bolt, and she says, "So I hear you helped my boys through a spot of trouble, huh?"
What?
Yes, we all did quite the work there.
It's always good to work with the Meridana Miracle Makers, and it's only fair that you collect half of the bounty that we had, considering how you did more than half the work.
Aw, go get paid.
It's nice to meet you.
Kindle says as she's on his Bolt
You'll have more
shoulders.
than 8 gold.
Good to meet you too, child. And Bolt, she hands you a pouch of 10,000 gold.
Why, thank you. I will share this together with everyone else that helped us along.
We didn't get a full report on your numbers in the end, because someone, and she turns to Elzot, was drunk on duty. Elzot shrugs.
That is quite fine, because I, Bolt Magnum, am always drunk on justice.
Give my best regards to Commander Rinder next time you see him.
If I remember who that is, yes, I will.
Speaking of Commander Rinder, what are you up to? Are you going to look for someone else, or are you going to interact with one of the people that I've already mentioned?
He'll look for someone else, I guess.
Okay, perception.
23.
23. Who else is
26, I guess, was there.
Darius ran off with Helena.
Oh, okay, it's 23.
Yeah. You see at the dance floor that there's actually someone else from the Tantalium here. It's Kailana. She's dancing with Vance. Well, more like dragging Vance as he stumbles and trips through the dance.
Oh no.
She's changed out of her working gear and instead is wearing a nice flowing dress. And Vance is wearing a suit that looks like the tie is strangling him.
Same.
Rinder, again, as you are walking in this ballroom for just a brief moment, there's that awful, disgusting scent again. It smells like eggs left to rot in the sun for several days.
Sulfur.
Ew, sulfur.
Are you approaching anyone, or are you going to go with one of the other members of the party?
He's gonna try and blend in to the crowd.
Cool. Yeah.
To blend in, the only person with a shield. Let me blend in.
You're not doing a very good job of it.
Hey, wait a second. He puts a couple drinks. He flips over, puts a couple drinks on, acts as a waiter.
You're still an
You have a sword. None of the waiters are armed.
Never mind, dude. Scratch that. Scratch that.
I mean, that's fucking genius.
He's a themed waiter.
I forgot about the sword there.
Roll me stealth at disadvantage.
No!
Hired a veteran.
Hush.
He's not that old yet.
Getting a lot of weird looks. Zaris, you're following Helena?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Isherbo, meanwhile,
Yeah, join
outside.
this video party.
Isherbo.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, outside.
Okay, quick question I was going to ask you a second ago, but we kind of skipped through because it's like, hey, you're royal, they're not taking shit. Do familiars count as magic?
As you asked the ticket seller, he says they do. They're only permitted in certain areas of the party. Any private rooms, any studies, and the gardens, familiars are allowed in, as long as they are unobtrusive and do not disturb the other guests.
Sure, no problem. You want me to put a little bracelet on the familiar just to make things easier?
No.
All right. Cool. Pop, Pomfrey's here.
Yep.
All right.
He curls
as
up
to-
around your neck.
Yes, he does. As to what I'm doing over by the door, has he finished with his bands?
What now? Sorry?
Because I'm outside.
No.
Remember?
As you've been watching for like a half hour waiting for him, like during the time that everyone's getting orientated in there, you see he's constantly busy. As he finishes with one group, it appears like another group arrives almost instantly.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to have to just walk up at some point.
Yeah. Or you can wait longer and see if eventually he's like, why the fuck are you staring?
It's been half an hour. That's an excessive amount of time, to be fair.
What do you want to do?
I'm, Because I don't want to be rude, and I have a thing, so I could just walk in. I'm just gonna talk to him. So I'm gonna walk up to him, and
He pauses and immediately as you approach him goes, yes, how can I help you?
2 questions, very brief.
No,
One.
the drums go that way, not that way, he yells at someone. Continue.
1, what do I have to do to get on that list? 2, the Lady of the Lake is coming, and she asked me to inform you. And yes, Bo is intentionally fucking with his accent.
The entertainers list.
Yes, of course, darling. I mean, and Bo gestures to his fine dress.
He looks at your bracelet. Well, you're already about halfway there. Go inside, speak to Johann Bathe. Baith. Johann Baith. He speaks to he's the one who decides all of the entertainment.
Very good, sir, and sorry for your time.
And he looks through the list and he says, there's not a Lady of the Lake on here. What the fuck does he mean as you're walking away? You hear him muttering that.
Well, I wouldn't walk away. I would, once he says that, I was waiting for him to check that, so...
Yeah, as he turns
says
away...
there's not a Lady of the Lake on there?
Yeah, he mutters it to himself as he's turning away from you.
I'll shrug and kind of say aloud, well, maybe it's part of the act. I'm not sure.
Alright.
I did my part.
Yep.
Alright, with that, I go walk in the door.
You do so. Kindle?
Hi.
Hi, what are you up to? You're on Bolt's shoulders.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Cast Arcana. Check.
To see if anyone was doing magic in here?
Mm-hmm.
There's some magical auras, but none of them are active spells. It just appears like some people the same as you guys are wearing magical ceremonial gear for their thing. There's magic gems that are just supposed to sparkle in a certain way. No one is actively under the effect of any spell in this room.
She's gonna look down at Bolt really quick and go, Bolt.
As far as you know, by the way, remember.
Bolt.
Martin, that's you.
Ah, yes, little child. How can I help you?
Can you cover me really quick? With your cloak, your thing.
Oh, right. Wouldn't it be better to use the little girl's room? Little girl. Show some class.
Sure. Just let me down.
Okay, just don't go running too far now.
Patch, do you know where the restroom is? Where is the restroom?
Are you gonna ask one of the waiters?
Sure. She's gonna walk up to one of the waiters really and go,
You know where the restroom is?
No.
The waiter says,
Sorry, this tone is really good. It's trying to act like
they give you directions that it's through the door on the right behind the stage. you make 2 rights and a left, and there should be an unoccupied bathroom there. He says as he looks at his clipboard. You'll notice the waiter.
That's really far in a lot of directions. Okay.
She's gonna turn to Bolt and go, "Hey, Bolt,
Yes, little lady.
cover me.
What?
I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna do."
she says, stamping her foot down.
On his shoulders.
And
Yeah.
he put it
No,
on.
he let
Oh,
me
you
down.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh, you mean that cover? Very well. I, Bolt Magnum, hero of justice, will cover you. And he draws his blade and takes up covering stance.
What? That's not what I wanted. Sorry, hold on.
It's perfect.
So, the little kid that nobody knows is getting killed.
Execution.
So you've just drawn your sword in the middle of this ball.
Yeah. The little
rusty
lady
piece
told him
of
to
shit.
cover her.
All right.
What's this?
So, several of the waiters immediately take a step back, and you see one of them raise his wrist and begin speaking into it.
Oh, jeez.
Bolt, you should put your weapon away.
Oh, did you mean a different type of cover?
Yes.
He sheathes his blade.
Yeah. The waiter pauses, looks at you, Bolt and Kindle, and I need you both to roll me a charisma save to look convincing that you're sorry. Kindle gets to roll at advantage for being a child. Child background. Yeah, you hear the waiter say, "Never mind."
By the way, I don't know if you saw the Arcana check. She also casts the invisibility.
Oh, did you actively cast a spell?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Yeah. So you actively cast a spell, and like again, the waiters begin. The waiters are talking into their wrists at you now, Kindle. Your eyes are glowing.
Oh, God.
Do you
What
want to
do you-
cancel that spell?
What does your glowing eye see, little child?
I don't know. What do my glowing eyes see?
You don't see anything out of the norm.
I mean, do these people not also care that, like, her hair is on fire, too?
No, there are some Genocide in here already. They care about the weird. They care about that you're actively casting magic.
She's not gonna stop.
Okay. Several much larger waiters approach the pair of you. They say,
Shows up.
Much larger.
one of them tells you, "Hold out your wrist, miss
Why?
Kindle, because we have to give you a strike penalty
Why?
because you are actively casting magic."
You can see her eyes start to well up.
But no one told me.
Yes, I am quite sure no one told me to cast any magic either. And I haven't cast a single piece of magic because I, Bolt Magnum, am unable to cast magic. For I, Bolt Magnum, am a fighter.
I mean, some fighters can cast magic.
But I, Bolt Magnum, is not one of those to voice
The
the sky.
first strike is only a warning, and we ask you to please turn off your magic.
She starts, like, sniffling, and she looks up at the guards and goes,
But I didn't know.
Then turn off your magic and no harm, no foul.
You promise?
Yes.
she holds up her pinky.
Yeah, the guard extends a pinky out, wraps it around yours, and taps your bracelet as he does.
Ooh.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna say I didn't see that coming.
You
villain of your
sly
factory.
dog, you.
Remember his name.
Random security guard guy.
Can I try to pick up Kindle?
Yes.
Absolutely. You just straight up do pick up Kindle. Kindle, have you deactivated see invisibility?
Now her hands are starting to flicker and go on fire.
Sir, you have 3 seconds to calm your child before she earns a second strike.
Now, little child. There is no need for this tomfoolery. Or else you won't get any ice cream for a week.
Patch, would her hands through produce flame count? Because it is a racial thing.
That's a racial thing. You're pretty certain that, like, if you're gonna argue,
I'm not
essentially.
arguing anything. I'm just asking.
No. I'm not. You're asking me, but you'd be arguing semantics with the ticket seller if you tried to be like, oh, it's a racial thing that I can just do and set things on fire. It comes down to common sense. You know what I mean?
It is a magical racial ability.
Yeah, it's the same as if a tiefling cast thaumaturgy. You're pretty certain that the ticket seller would be like, fuck, man, come on.
Kablam! All the doors shut. Oh, I'm sorry, was that not discreet? Kablam! They're all open again.
I cannot believe you are showing this blatant racism towards this little child.
Damn.
Oh my god.
No.
Don't you know she just came out from a cell after having been starved nearly to death?
What kind of parent
I
are
don't
you?
know proper social etiquettes.
That's why we're giving you this warning, so the chance that you learn to do them. One strike offers no penalties. It's
I shouldn't
just so
get
you
one.
know.
Now, little lady.
The guard the big waiter looks at you, Bolt, and goes, "Do we have a problem here, sir?"
Oh god, this is so bad what I'm about to say.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
I gotta
to be
listen.
fair, this is not my child. I just picked her up.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to stay still. And the waiter lifts up his wrist, and you hear him say, "Sir, we have a problem."
What appears to be the problem, random waiter?
You see him wave at the other waiter, who is slowly positioning himself to get behind you. He's been like the entire time the big waiter has been talking, the smaller one has been like sliding, but like sidestepping to try and get behind you.
She looks at Bolt. She goes,
Hey, you know what?
she's gonna.
Don't worry, darling. We're going to get you away from the big bad man. And then the waiter darts forward and tries to grab Kindle out of your hands, Bolt. Roll me.
No, before they do this, she's gonna touch Bolt. She's gonna cast invisibility on him.
Jeez.
On him, but not on you.
Yeah.
Bolt suddenly vanishes, and the guy yells, "Security!" as he rips Kindle from your grasp. Bolt, roll me in athletics to try and keep a hold on her.
Is he gonna?
Kindle is snatched from you, Bolt, as you are turned invisible. And he doesn't yell security, he just like says it loudly into the bracelet.
Then Bolt is going to yell, "Security! There is a kidnapper on the loose! He stole my child!"
Are you just staying in one foot yelling at?
Yeah. But Bolt doesn't see that he's invisible.
Roll me in athletics at advantage as the waiter from behind tries to tackle where he thinks you are.
Oh, whoops, I didn't advantage yet. No, I have to roll an advantage.
Yeah, whole thing at advantage. That's okay, Bolt, because this guy is like only guesstimating where you last were, and he dives past you into the big waiter who was holding Kindle, but then drops Kindle as the other waiter tackles him by mistake. And they crash to the ground. With Kindle, you land on the ground in kind of like a little heap. We're gonna go to someone else as security starts coming in. Locrian.
Locrian. Bitch.
Oh man, I really hope Bolt's doing well on his other side. Well, Deimos, it looks like it's just you and me.
Do they
By the
see
way,
security
hi, I'm
rushing
Locrian. Nice to meet you.
I'm Deimos.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, didn't Deimos break off?
Locrian followed you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I figured we nobody had broken off. It was like going through the rows, everybody breaking off, and then it ended up just being you and me.
Okay. We can do that.
At the end of it all.
Locrian turns to where he thinks Deimos is and says that, and then realizes Deimos isn't there and hurries to catch up with him.
And by the way, yes, sorry. I know that we went on a big expedition in the cold together, but I never really introduced myself. Hi.
They was like looking over his shoulder, like slowly, like slowing down pace. Oh, hi.
Sorry, I didn't realize. I mean, are you headed off somewhere? Where were you?
The buffet. There's a buffet.
Oh, there's a buffet. Look, I was distracted by the drinks. Buffet sounds great.
All right, Deimos and Locrian, you open up the big doors on the left of the stage, just hoping that you're gonna find the buffet, and lo and behold, you found the buffet. There's like you open it, and there's a bit of angelic. Hold on, let me actually.
Funky Charlie music.
I have a song. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, the Twinkie Charlie music would work perfectly, wouldn't it? Hold on. As you guys open up and see the promised land.
Deimos says something in Celestial. Gods be blessed us.
Holy mother of gluttony.
Helena and Zaris, you guys catch up to Deimos and Locrian because you saw the redhead enter this doorway. Alex.
Deimos' eyes are like stars.
She's not gonna even them. They look happy as they are.
Yeah, Locrian drops his drink, and then a mage hand grabs it for him.
You see a waiter look at you, and then like start to raise his like wrist to his hand, and then a commotion near the dance floor draws his attention.
I just walk by and I'm like, you guys did a good job. Keep it up.
You guys come in, and wall to wall, floor to ceiling, food.
You say food?
Right back
Lord
into
Food!
Oh.
Food.
Sounds
Food.
It is.
Come on, guys.
This room is just massive. It's huge, and food everywhere with tables in the center. And Deimos, roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yeah. You resist drooling. And
oh shit.
Helena, you see that red roll me a perception, sorry, actually.
Oh boy.
See your own red hair there for a second.
I can't. It's short. Bite me.
See ghost of hair past.
The ghost of hair path.
That's gonna happen to Windows.
Yeah,
Windows once he
look.
starts losing his head.
You don't see anyone with the hair that you had seen in this room.
Yeah, she pouts a bit. And
What's
she's
the
like,
redhead pretty?
Deimos. Deimos.
Yes.
Within this room is all your dreams. What do you do?
All of his dreams.
In delicious, delicious form.
He screams something in Celestial and then starts charging as he translates the comment. Friends, follow! The Holy Land is upon us!
What?
He starts charging to the fuck
crusader. We must follow.
Gain an inspiration, Deimos, and anyone who follows Deimos to his holy land also gain an inspiration.
Helena just understood what he said in Celestial. Sarah was just like,
He translates it.
I need to get out of here.
Wow!
oh, baby, a triple.
I'll trip him.
Alright. Roll
I missed
athletics. Roll athletics versus Deimos' acrobatics.
I'm just putting a leg out as he's running, not paying attention to my left.
Yeah, at disadvantage, Deimos.
Deimos.
At disadvantage, Deimos, yeah.
Oh! Oh no!
No.
You've heard about Blank Tusk. Now, what about Deimos?
Yeah, he's wearing something weird but Blake. I have to toss him.
Hold on.
I need to throw him into
One
the
moment.
food. I need to like football him into the food.
One moment. Oh, 1 moment, okay?
Yeah, because even Blank's never nat 1'd on Blank Toss.
I crit.
Guys, if you don't have your music turned on, turn it on.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
No.
It's slow-mo flying through the air.
You have your own
Listen.
song, dude.
Listen for a moment.
This one.
It's almost in slow motion to the rest of you as Deimos flies through the air, hands waving, mouth opening in a slow no. You fly over a small halfling who looks up, mouth agape, with one hand on a fork and the other hand in his plate, as you just sail gently over him. You fly past an elf chewing on a bit of meat who looks at you thoughtfully as you go past. The door behind one of the tables, the table you happen to be sailing to, which you now horrifyingly see has a massive, expensive-looking cake that has been untouched as of yet.
Oh no.
Opens up, and a man dressed in extreme finery, who's wearing a label that says host on it.
Oh.
No.
That's how we get kicked out, huh?
And without looking in your direction, he steps out and he slowly turns to the cake to admire it without seeing the horror that's about to happen.
We need to speed this up, Ace.
Zeris, Elena, Logreen, do you want to do anything apart from look horrified as he's flying through the air?
I want to see if I even have the reaction time to process the situation.
I want to like pull my arm up and get something and be like,
what would I roll to see if I have the reaction time to realize the scenario that's about to
a dexterity save to process it all and then to react. No, you do not have the reaction time. But you
Okay,
can try
then I don't do anything.
Can I hold person? See if he just
I'm going to allow it. Deimos, roll me a wisdom save. At
This is what he
disadvantage.
That paralyzes the person. It doesn't stop their.
It doesn't actually stop them.
This is how you die. In a face full of cake.
I got
I
this.
hope you weren't. That's Deimos.
Deimos,
There's worse ways to die.
while you're in midair, you feel your entire body freeze up, but your momentum continue, meaning that now you're no longer flailing your arms, and you have no way of stopping your trajectory, nor do you have any way of like making this any better.
Can I create food and water?
You can't. You're actually able to trip him. So Deimos, you just freeze through the air, and to make matters worse, the motion you freeze in is like the Superman, one arm forward, one arm under, like full light pose. Which means now it looks like you actively jump into the cake.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Earl, thanks for joining.
Joining, guys. This is the party.
This is where we get kicked out. We don't jack shit.
I'm watching it half an hour late.
And just, I have one more thing I wanted.
Oh no.
Oh god.
So, hold on, I'm pulling up a list of things that I just want. Okay?
I know that feeling.
Orlando military salutes.
So, a very, like, fast-thinking waiter sees what's about to happen, and he goes, no! And he dives through the air to try and grab you, Deimos. Misses entirely. Ground. And then Deimos, you hit the cake.
Is it magical?
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
And there's just an explosion of cake piece everywhere. Deimos, you are unable to stop your thing, meaning that not only do you hit the cake, but you crash into the table beneath it. And there's a horrible cracking, splintering sound as the table cracks and all the food on it is flung upwards.
Helena's gonna dispel a whole person's gonna get out of there.
Yep, let's go.
Do you
My
You're in
cancel?
so much trouble, sis.
What do I do?
That's why you're grounded. That's why you can't play.
What? I can't play checkers.
There's no hope for Deimos.
Let me continue, because this happens.
Checkers.
This is happening before you guys can like escape the situation.
Escape.
I don't know. Can I roll
Word choice.
sneak out of here?
No, hold on, not yet. Let me finish describing the crash. Cake splatters everywhere. It gets all over the guy who's labeled host. Like food, drink, everything is sent flying. And it starts a chain reaction as the shelf of food, which I said because they were stacked ceiling to floor, begins to slam into the other one, which slams into the other one, which around the whole room. And
It's like the start of Hercules.
Yeah, basically.
Oh no.
Food and people are sent flying everywhere. As one by one, all of the room is coated in food and destroyed shelves.
Oh my god.
Hercules, Hercules.
Helena,
Yeah, can I
Door
leave now?
out of this room has a big food case crashed in front of it.
Can I still sneak so I don't get in trouble?
You may roll
At
me
this point,
You may roll me a
Helena has-
stealth at disadvantage because you visibly cast a spell on him while he was in midair.
You know, I think at this point, Locrian kind of turns to Ceres and is like,
fuck you!
"Bruh."
25 for that scene.
Zeris, are you sneaking?
Huh? Why do I have to sneak?
The waiters nat 20'd their perception. Helena, as you go to like start creeping away, the chandelier suddenly falls, gives way, and crashes directly in the direction you were about to sneak off in.
Oh, is something running?
No, it's just something draws attention
It's
to
the
her.
first time I got like stealth right. I always get not once. Let me know this. I'm gonna cry at this point.
And
Fuck.
the host, the guy with the host label, turns and looks at Deimos, Locrian, Helena, and Zeros, and he wipes cake out of his eyes, and he just points at you.
Checkers?
Oh god.
Big waiters. A big waiter grabs hold of Deimos and hauls him out of the thing and essentially tucks him underneath his arm. This guy is a Goliath, right? Deimos. Locrian, a big hand falls on your shoulder. Helena, when you turn a different direction and start sneaking that way, there's two waiters blocking your exit. And Zeus, you find 5 daggers, like, essentially pointed at your throat.
Wait, Heather, I need a picture. You have this.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, I do have this. I have the picture of the kitty cat with all the fucking knives. Hold on.
Oh my
Where did
gosh,
I
that
stick it?
picture.
Oh my
I
god.
have it. I'm finding it real quick. Keep going, but I'm gonna link it.
You all want to
ASAP.
play checkers.
And for everyone that wonders how aristocracy is, they're more worried about the cake eating room than the possible child abduction.
Mm.
To be fair, Bro's gonna be walking into this shit. I'm gonna be walking in as you guys get kicked out, and Bo's just gonna be like, okay.
They have to catch me first.
Hold on, I'm trying to find something.
I know, we all make Rinder's disguise.
Rinder's the only person in the party that's like, oh, where did everybody go?
Rinder's one of the waiters with the knife to his throat. He's like, I got you, bud.
In character chat.
Yeah.
Has
If all the
everyone
commotion the other
seen,
two people, the other two groups have made.
has everyone seen that Sinbad movie, the animated one?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was great.
I'm looking for that one gif where, like, he gets all those swords just layered on top of them at his neck. You know the one?
I know.
Yeah, I'm looking. Let me
Yeah,
do my
if you
Google.
can
Food.
find that gif while I keep the session moving, I would appreciate it.
Can I get an inspiration for it?
If you find it, you get an inspiration. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're gonna come back into the ballroom.
Oh no.
Who is unaware of everything going on? You
This
guys,
mission has already started.
you guys are being marched off to a private office.
Oh god.
Everyone who was captured at the food.
How are they captured first?
Oh, we didn't
Because
walk in.
There.
The host and his guards were there. You guys, like, they were all in the food place. Meanwhile, out in the thing, Bolt, what are you doing? There looks like there are security guards coming into this room.
Well, I'm invisible, right?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Bolt doesn't realize this. So what he's gonna
You're
do
invisible.
is he's gonna grab Kindle. So he's gonna hold Kindle as he rushes off. So Kindle's seen floating away as he rushes off.
You manage about 5 steps before you're tackled because they know where you are now. Roll in athletics.
What? I thought you said they were coming in. Yes. If you okay.
No, sorry. Yeah, you do make it. You do make it a distance. Where are you going? What are you doing?
To the restroom.
Yeah, they're running after you. That's the door that they came in from, by the way. The door to the restroom. The other door leads to the banquet hall, and you know why no one's coming from there right now.
Well, maybe not bold.
Not bold. So, are you heading towards the guards or to the other door where there aren't any guards?
Is there a random guest next to me?
Yeah.
I hand them the girl and I say, "Keep this little child safe from the child abductors. I will lead them away." And Bolt brushes off.
Alright, the guards are approaching where Kindle's at. Rinder, you're seeing all this happening.
He just fucking sighs. Why?
I go for 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
He's been in this mission for 5 minutes.
On the bright side, nobody gives a shit about your shield now.
My master plan all along.
Winter's like, they need a lot. Just keeps on going on.
Cool. You keep doing your thing. Israbo?
Yeah, I haven't found the thing yet, but I'm looking. Looks like a gift doesn't exist, so I'm gonna make one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm walking in, and, what exactly am I seeing just walking in the entrance?
Kindle's being held by a stranger, and there are large men approaching her.
By a stranger?
Yeah, that's the first thing you notice.
Okay. I'm going to walk in towards Kindle and just be like, "Terribly sorry, is there a problem?"
Absolutely. Are you with that man with the... And he describes Bolt.
Don't recognize him, but I do know her. Kindle, sweetie, are you okay?
She looks like she's crying. The tears that would be streaming down her eyes seem to be more steaming a little bit than tears.
Tell her to deactivate her spells now.
And Bo's gonna like crouch down with his hands on his knees. You know the pose I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And just be like, yeah, exactly. Just be like, "Sweetie, if you turn off your magic, I will let you hold Pomfrey." And you see the big fluffy pseudo dragon around my neck.
She's gonna like lean in close, so like her mouth is to Israbo's ear, and she's gonna go,
I can't do that or else they'll find Bolt.
Why is he in trouble?
Ask him.
This little girl is being kidnapped, and then the kidnapper forced her to cast invisibility on them.
She was being kidnapped by the man who escorted her in here.
Yes.
Her escort.
Yes. We don't believe that was the child's real father.
Of course not. No, of course not. She's an orphan.
Yes, and he said that it was some random kid that he had picked up. Either way, we want to bring you, the child, and him in to ask some questions.
I can't turn it off, she says. You know how magic works. Sometimes it works really weird, and I don't know, I can't. I'm trying,
she says, and you see her like snapping her fingers.
Mr. Baith wishes to speak with all of you.
Oh, well, of course. I was going to set an arrangement with him anyway, but I think this takes precedence.
Yes, so tell her to stop her spell immediately.
She's a child. You heard she says she doesn't have control of it. However, I will do my best to help fix the situation. Give me a second, I'm seeing if I have Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I know, but look, Bo...
No,
Bolt will take care of himself.
What, you hear Kindle say that. She goes, "Oh no," in like not a high pitched voice.
Her voice drops to an adult man's octave. That anime like face, you know the anime face that I'm talking about, the one that's all like scrunched up and old manish happens.
And so Bo's gonna
it all has all the lines across it.
Yeah.
Bo's gonna like roll up the sleeves a little bit of his fancy outfit and say,
no.
"Now I will have to cast magic to cancel this if you don't mind."
We allow it.
No.
And I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna say, "Now, sweetie,
No.
if you could try."
If I do it, he's gonna kill me.
She says, and then she purses her lips.
Who's gonna kill you?
The man is.
And then she looks at the guards and she goes,
They're gonna kill me if I stop it.
We'll protect you. Stop the magic.
Wait, are you afraid of them?
Ah, yeah, like that. Exactly like that, Tal.
So Bo hooks a thumb to the waiter and say, "Wait, you're afraid of them?"
Patch, I'd like to think this entire time Martin's getting further away, where Bolt is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Render's like nowhere near anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
What
fuck
you
you
think
guys,
I've been
I'm out.
giving you time. So Martin, was Bolt just standing there, or was he fucking walking away?
No, he was leading away the kidnappers.
None of whom are chasing you, you're realizing.
I mean, he might not realize this yet.
Yeah, he might not realize
Plus,
that.
Bo's there. It's fine. So yeah, Bo's like, "Wait, you're afraid of them?"
Who's Bo asking?
You.
Oh.
Because you said you're afraid they're gonna kill him, and they're gonna kill you, and I said, "Wait, you're afraid of them?"
No.
Trying to make it.
No. The guy who picked me up, I'm afraid of them.
If we have to go and get our mage to cast spell magic, then we will be issuing a second and third warning immediately.
No, don't worry. I will take care of it. I was just trying to clarify the situation. Okay, Kendall, Seedy, stay still. This won't hurt at all, I promise. And Bo's gonna kind of give you a little bit of a look like, "You shut that magic off right the fuck now. Do not make me waste the spell slot."
She's gonna look at Bo and go,
If he gets caught and killed, I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something.
she says, and she's gonna dispel it.
Well, you don't feel any different.
Okay, so I am going to
How far did
hide.
he get?
Are you running to Rinder, by the way?
Yes.
No.
Commander Rinder.
Rinder,
There is a kidnapper on the loose. No, wait, come back, Commander Rinder.
No. Render's out.
You guys both begin running.
Peace.
Rinder running away with Bolt chasing after him. We're gonna just for the sake of saving time say that eventually security corners both of you.
No, please, I need some peace away from them.
You
Please give me this peace.
And they begin frog marching you away, much like the group that was in the.
No, I didn't do a thing.
Rinder is crying.
Don't let me in with them again.
Not like this. Aha! You are quite mistaken, Commander Rinder. You are not locked in here with us. We are locked in here with you.
Rinder, as you guys are marched past the Bloody Thorns table, you see them all stand up and salute as you guys are dragged off. You guys are all... You guys, the ones who were fucking around with the invisibility and shit like that, are essentially dumped into a room that's, it looks like an interrogation room.
So Kendall, Bo, Rinder, and...
Hey, don't let Bo in.
Inside that room, there is the rest of your party already there, all of them covered in food.
What the fuck did you guys do?
I walked in and talked to
guy, Amos, and hell went loose, and I accidentally used hold person, and I go.
Damus is in there, right?
Deimos is in there.
Damus is just like
We were really excited to try the
head
cake.
in his hands.
We were really excited to try that cake.
I saved the little girl from. I saved the little girl from being kidnapped.
You do realize they thought you were the kidnapper, Bolt.
Will you guys get caught up with each
is
other? I'm gonna go to the
impossible.
washroom.
That is quite impossible because I.
Oh, wait, before...
I'm not a kidnapper.
No, sweetie.
Look,
Appearances are everything, and you picked up a girl and said she wasn't your child.
Sir, permission to
Failed
cast
to
magic to
specify.
clean ourselves from all this food.
no, the guy says as he closes the door.
Bolt
You failed to specify whether you were her
Bolt
caretaker or guardian. The
I'll
least
be right back. I'm going to the
random child.
washroom.
Bolt tilts his head. Bolt tilts his head to the side. But I am not her caretaker or guardian.
That's the whole thing.
Bolt, you fool! You complete and utter fool. You have me locked in here for talking to a child.
Why are you speaking in that manner?
Because you are a tool. You do not understand societal functions, apparently. Like the simple manner of saying, I might not be the child's father, but I know her. It's okay. I'm not goddamn kidnapping her. Instead, you got yourself into a situation where you had to get turned invisible to try to escape a situation you never should have had to escape.
Yeah, and you didn't even, like, escape. You stood there and was like, ow, I'm Bolt Magnum. Look at me. Ooh.
No, it's much more like this. It is I, Bolt Magnum.
He tilts
No,
his
there's
head.
more of a pause. It's I, Bolt Magnum.
He tilts his head to the side again. I, Bolt Magnum, was invisible? That is
Yes.
quite impossible, for I, Bolt Magnum, am not a wizard. I am but merely a fighter, a guardian of justice.
So Bolt puts his hands up over his face and says, Sweetie, you understand that she was casting magic, correct? Because that's what they told her to stop.
What?
So think
That is
again
quite
as
that
to
is
how you
quite
could have turned invisible if you weren't casting magic and she actively was casting magic.
Oh.
That is impossible, for this is but a child. A
Loki,
child should not know such powerful magic.
Locrian's
Thus,
gonna
I'm going to kill him.
Locrian's
Please
gonna
don't.
interject. And he's gonna
Zaris,
be like,
hold me back.
What does Lucian say?
I was like, did our little sage cast magic? Well, did anybody tell her not to cast magic?
I was casting magic.
And then she like sits down on the floor and she like picks her head up a little bit to look all high and mighty. She goes,
I was casting magic because I was trying to gather information, but they caught me, and then Bolt said stuff, and then I tried to get him to run away and hide, but
Are we
Bolt
really
isn't Bolt.
doing this in the room where there's possibly a one-way window where people can hear and actively know what we're trying to do? Because I'm a little tired of this, cat and mouse thing that we got, where every time we have to go to some place, we have to just mess it up by being, us.
Maybe we're just not
To
good.
be fair, I literally just walked in. I haven't had a chance to charm anyone or do anything. I literally walked in.
I've been
to this
trying to
mess.
follow who I think is my cousin. Remember that really scary guy, the one with the 13 points in the mask?
I dropped the building
He
on.
might be here.
The one I dropped the building on.
Oh my god.
Bolt tilts his head to the side again, and he says, "But I, Bolt Magnum,
you stop. You stop.
was merely speaking the truth. Is it not the truth that is the most important matter of all?
No,
I,
it's
Bolt
not.
Magnum, is the hero of justice and truth and honor."
So you think this is justice? Throwing innocent people like us in jail with you?
I did not do any of such things. I merely tried to save a little child from a kidnapper.
Okay, was so
You were the kidnapper! You put on a bad impression! Truth was not the most important in this situation. Appearances were!
Alright, everybody. Whoa.
But my appearance is always top notch.
Let's all settle down.
Oh my god, do you not understand Common? Is Common not your first language?
Hey, Bo.
First up, add a character check. Is everyone okay with the current scene happening?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Perfect. Awesome. Continue this scene. I'm going to give you guys a half hour of in-party interaction.
That's a lot
right
of
now.
time.
You mean
We
in
don't
party
even that
time?
long. We'll end up killing each other.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm giving you guys some time, essentially, to do your own thing for a bit.
Alright,
Go,
Greg, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, whoa. Alright, look, we're in a foul situation. I know it sucks. Shit happens. Right now, this ire that I feel, it's not gonna change it.
Does anyone understand Infernal?
We should probably just settle down.
Go for it.
And see what these guys have to say to us.
You guys made Helena cry.
Oh, not Infernal. Primordial.
Oh no.
Theirs does.
Alright.
You know what?
Kindle like huffs up and in Primordial she starts going,
Fucking motherfucker. Fucking piece of shit. You know, I try to fucking do good shit and I try to fucking gather information, but no, I bolt Magnum. Oh, look at me. I'm miserable. Oh.
and then she's just gonna continue to just like vent in
talking
Primordial. You can hear her say like Isrubo and
So,
Bolts in common though.
The language of Primordial is dependent on what kind of elemental speaking it, although they understand each other. To all of you who do not speak Primordial, it just sounds like Kindle is screaming in campfire.
Apparently she said Bolt Magnum and Azerbo in common.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at her real quick and say, don't make me translate.
I could translate.
She says.
She's speaking in Primordial, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what she said.
Oh, okay.
Kendall looks at Rinder and goes,
Don't say that. Those are bad words.
in Elvish.
Rinder just rolls his eyes.
Alright.
Look,
Yeah.
Helena
I think I
cry.
need is a kid telling me what to do.
Oh no.
So we were
Well,
doing
let's-
fine, and then your newcomer showed up.
let's get this story straight. So when someone tries to ask us what's going on, I can give them the clearest goddamned answer. Just to make sure I understand this correctly. Bolt walked in with Kindle. Bolt said, no, I'm not the girl's father. It's a random girl I picked up. They assumed that meant that he picked up a random child that he was not acquainted with.
You know. Hey, Bo, you know, we could
My
solve
goodness.
this in a very quick manner.
Yeah, we
I
can.
do believe I
Explain
see.
what the fuck happened.
Hey,
I do now believe I see where the
What
misunderstanding.
do you now? Do you now see?
It's almost like if someone spoke simply, he'll understand. And civilly, please, can you stop yelling for 1 second?
please. Mr. Bolt.
Just one.
Mr.
I
Bolt.
thought you were supposed to be a queen. Aren't queens usually, more level-headed?
Helena's gonna stand here and knock at the door and say, just, if you're gonna execute us, can we get it over with? I'm over with it.
All right. Hey, everyone. One at a time.
First off, come here and I'll show you my level head. Secondly, do you know the reputation I have as queen? Thirdly,
I don't care.
Met me.
I'm clever. I'm a cleric. I don't care about your loyalties forever. Just
It
want to
tilts
go
his-
finish this mission and get out of here.
He
Yes, but
tilts
how do you
his
think we're
head.
gonna get out of here? We gotta talk our way out of it.
We're not messed with that shit.
Or we can do the usual way.
What's the usual
We
way?
gotta resort to violence every time.
No. We'll be fine.
Look,
We'll
I
be
want to go
fine.
back to the party, which means we need to clear up this mess.
All right.
So, yes or no? Did I
One at a-
understand the bolt situation?
One at a time. Yes.
Hey, hold on. Is Deimos just sitting quietly and mourning the loss of the food? Because he hasn't said anything during
There's
this
asking how the
argument.
cake was.
Damn, rub it in his face, why don't you?
I mean, he already
It's already in
did.
his face.
Oh! Continue. I'm loving this.
Hey,
I really get to
Mr.
see
Mr.
moments where you guys can
Alright,
interact
well,
with
while
like this, so keep going.
while this seems gone, I'm gonna go some.
Okay, go ahead. Get some food. Helena
Getting
just
a headache,
becomes
like, really.
Helena becomes non-responsive.
She's grayed out of existence.
She's just shocked.
She's just glaring at you all. She's glaring.
Who said
That
my
is
name?
that is Sir Bolt Magnum.
All right, Sir Bulk Malcolm, do you speak another language?
Why, yes, I am quite fluent in Celestial ever since the Celestial Spirit entered my body.
Perfect.
In the ancient ritual I took part in to become a savior of Meridana.
Perfect. You know what that is? It means that you are common is your second language, and you just got lost in translation. Clear?
But
I don't think he knows how to lie, Locrian.
It's
that
okay.
is
It's a,
not the truth.
but,
He won't.
but-
He
Are
won't
you
lie.
asking? Are you
Oh.
asking me to lie?
no. I mean, you did just say something incorrectly.
Kindle's gonna wait. Patch, is there? You said there's a one-way window.
I did not say that. No, I
He
just said
said we were in
Somebody
an
else said
interrogation
that.
you're just in a room with like chairs and a desk.
Oh, so there's like no windows, no anything. It's just a room.
Yeah.
And a door.
Yeah.
Kindle's gonna go up to the door and press her ear against it. Do I hear
Yeah.
anything?
You can roll me
So much food!
you can roll me a perception.
There'll always be more.
I'm gonna kiss. Hold on. I'm gonna poke myself.
Oh god.
And then where's my sheet? Oh, there's so many.
Oh god damn it,
windows.
it's that song again. I thought it was my phone.
Perception. You said?
Yeah. Yep. You can hear him. Well, roll your d4. You hear a muffled voice on the other side, but you can't make out what it's saying. Yes, I'm counting the plus from Zaris being around.
Let me check this. Yeah. Okay. Is there a keyhole?
No.
Okay. Is it a wooden door?
No.
What type of door?
Metal.
Because you're thirsty.
She's gonna knock on the door and go,
Excuse me?
Oh god.
I need to use the
Please don't make
restroom.
it
It's
work.
as if I was in heaven for a moment, and I'm back in hell.
Listen, man, you don't know what hell's like. There's checkers. It's great.
Actually, we
It
were
wasn't,
there
no.
just the other day. It was quite cold.
Yeah, they dropped that Kellogg.
They both just profusely
Wait,
stop.
what?
It just continues.
Yeah, the
Was that all
Kellogg
this-
versus.
Was that all the screaming I heard back in my room?
You didn't hear loud growl throughout the Tantalium?
He was a really tall, kind of big.
I know. I fought with him on a train once. It was great.
Oh, great. Yeah. That guy.
He cut through a door. It was awesome.
With him or against him? Because last time I saw him, he was, you know.
Me and Cal get together. Great. We just smash people. It's a great time.
Yeah. I met him once for about 10 minutes.
Great
Is
kid.
that the fighting game, Smash? Oh, never mind. Sorry. San Fran.
Everybody
Zeros,
looks at
I
you
literally
confused.
cannot talk to this man anymore. I literally cannot even. Zaris, hold me back.
We got this.
Does Zaris just put a finger on both?
I mean,
Kendall, I want to
You're
clarify.
just holding him back just like that?
Zaris is strong.
I haven't responded because the guards do not respond to you.
Zaris is just like,
If you don't open the door, I'm gonna piss right here in the front of the door. So when you open it, you have to walk through my piss, okay? So you better open up.
You hear someone from the other side. You hear someone from the other side say, "Thanks for the warning."
I'm
Alright,
sorry.
you know what she's gonna do then?
You think it might be that same guard who tapped your bracelet with the pinky promise?
You know what I'm gonna do then?
Yeah.
Piss on the floor.
Did you just squat and pee?
No. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
At the door?
She's gonna hold the handle.
Okay. Your flame is extinguished as you touch the handle.
Aww.
Oh.
That would have been funny!
Does the
Aw.
handle still feel cold?
Oh, you're just trying to heat it up. You're not trying to burn
Yes.
through it.
No, I'm only trying to
Yeah.
heat it up.
Yeah. In that case, you're not actually holding your hand on the handle, so you're not touching the door, and the fire's not actively touching the door. You're just holding it under the handle.
Yes, I am.
Right?
I am actively trying
Yeah.
to heat up the handle so when they go to open the door, they can hurt their hands because I'm mad at them.
Yeah, sure. You're heating up the handle. The handle starts getting hot.
As it gets hotter, does it start glowing? Because that's usually what happens with metal.
If it started glowing, then it would be extremely hot and would like severely burn the guy. Like we're talking the flesh off his palms.
that's
Yeah.
the point.
You get it, so it's gonna be enough, like a ounce, like if you touched hot water, not if you
Good.
had touched an
Good.
oven element.
Good. It's only
So-
I'm peeved. It's not like I want to kill this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If it heated up and turned red, it would be at the point, or orange, it would be at the point where you'd be like making an oven element.
That's getting close to the melting point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making
Once
another
it's-
element.
Yeah. So that's why he. Rinder mutters, "Oh dear God, we can't even handle being all in the same room."
Rinder, do you remember the last time I was stuck in a room with people?
I
He
do.
was there.
I
Does
do.
everyone-
No.
Does
No,
everyone know
Aberforth
why
was.
they're in here?
No.
Well,
No, not stories. Does everyone understand why they're in here? Yes or no?
Oh god!
I'm here because of you guys.
I know the feeling, Render. It will be fine. I need to know who needs their damn story straightened.
I do.
All right.
She says that her hand is like under the handle. Casually.
You know you're not making things better for yourself with that.
I can't help myself. It was my pigtails.
She says, and then she gives a shit-eating grin.
Are you still actively heating that handle?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to try as hard to help you if you try this hard to hurt yourself.
Let me know as a group out of character when you're ready to move on, because I'm loving this inter-party interaction. We rarely get enough of that, and I don't want people to worry about time tonight, because we're not in a rush. Okay?
All right, so Locrian, do you need to get your story straight, or did you not do anything wrong specifically?
I can tell you what happened, but you know.
Did you do anything wrong?
No. I think I dropped the glass.
You dropped a glass. Why do I feel like there's more to it than that?
Well, it didn't crash.
You dropped a glass and it didn't crack.
I'm gonna go get food. I'll be right back.
Okay. I know a bit of your situation. Helena, I'm gonna give her a minute.
Yeah, you look at Helena and go to start speaking to her, and she shoots you a glare so bad.
Nah. I figure she's just, like you said, she was out of it. So as soon as I go, You know what? No, Bo's sympathetic. Okay, he's being like crabby right now, but he's not a jerk. He's just frustrated.
Okay.
So he's like, no. Okay, Xeris, Xeris, what did you do? Xeris, don't give me that grin. You love to incite problems.
Deimos, you don't know what you tripped over, by the way, Deimos.
You might be justified, but you do incite either crowds or riots. So what did you do? What did you do?
Deimos is still like collecting his
Well, it was definitely a riot, that's for sure.
What did you do?
It was beautiful.
Xeris, you know I love you.
I was like,
There was
going
cake
to help
everywhere.
the newbie, like, he didn't know where he was going. So I was gonna go help him. But then he, like, decided to, like fly right over, like, I was, like, stepping in front of him to, like, be like, hey! And he just...
Deimos, roll me an intelligence save to see if you can figure out what happened.
Yeah, you do it first, because if not, Bo is about to. Is that
16.
That's up to you, Deimos, if that's high enough to figure it out or not. By the way, Earl, roll me a deception to lie to Bo.
What?
I mean, it's lying by omission, so yes, it is technically lying.
But you can tell he's lying. Like,
I can tell you're lying.
He's not trying to, like, hide it. He's like, he just, like, this kid probably never saw a cake in his entire life.
Yeah, no, I'm very aware of what he's doing.
From hysterical crying, he just suddenly stops. Deimos lifts his head, and he has like a grim stare. He goes, "Who tripped me?"
And Bo's just gonna put one hand on Xeris' shoulder and say, please tell me that this is another Magnum misunderstanding.
He's like just staring forward.
Please, Xeris, or I swear to Ulfring, and he says it specifically to tick you off.
Well, you begin disguising yourself in the background as everyone's arguing. It's a pretty damn good disguise you've gotten up.
Xeris puts a hand on Bo's shoulder and goes, "It was his destiny."
Then the consequences will be yours.
Deimos'
To the Holy One.
As the mortal symbol.
Deimos' glare just shoots to Xeris.
Sure, I'll smite my way out of it.
Xeris, we are here at a party where we weren't allowed to bring in weapons except for me, and I'm probably gonna get my weapons taken away because of you guys.
But I have Black Red.
Because you couldn't keep your foot in your pants, and Bolt couldn't clarify.
I wouldn't call it a foot, and I definitely.
Deimos like starts slowly rising, staring at Xeris.
Xeris, I'm not exactly kicking your ass if you don't.
Listening to these accusations.
Wait.
If you don't apologize right now, I'm going to let the Hobgoblin kick your ass.
No, dude,
I'm going to actively help him, Xeris.
He's like cracking his neck.
Bro, I don't even think with you helping him,
One,
you kick my ass. I kind of want to see this.
2.
Can I fight him? Looks at Helena.
Helena, Xeris is asking for permission to fight.
I won't even use Black Red. I'll use my hand.
Xeris, do not let me get to 3.
We already saw the power of your fist. I'm pretty sure that was like paid for you when you guys went to the Volt God, or the whatever.
Xeris 2.5.
You know, Sarah.
First of all, no, he's not gonna do it. We know this by now.
No, but this guy
Deimos
might
goes
very
like
well
forward, but renders.
I mean, he can
just keep standing.
I'm not gonna. How about rock paper scissors instead?
Ooh, checkers.
You're not allowed. You're grounded.
Is a good thing. You are in trouble, mister.
Yeah.
This is
in this case, I'm with Isabeau here. You're grounded. No checkers.
This is actively your fault. Look at what you've done to this poor man.
I'm going to Granddad Tessiarius' place, and I'm gonna play all the checkers I want.
Look at his poor distraught
Well, you don't
face.
come back home then.
What?
Xeris, look at his poor distraught face. Look what you've
Look at
done.
him.
He was having the time of his life, and
I
look
got
what
him
you've
to the
done.
cake faster. You got to taste the cake first.
Yeah, but he doesn't get to enjoy any of the rest of it, and neither do we, because we're in here, because you tricked him, and Bolt was an idiot.
Whoa. All the important.
Locrian. Oh, Mitchie.
That's why I'm sad, Xeris. I'm so sorry. We can move on, please.
Mitchie,
Yes.
I want you playing that without being muted as Locrian begins to play his guitar and sing.
Only Locrian says sorry first.
I know what you're saying. I know, Mitchie.
Locrian says sorry first.
Wait,
What does Locrian need to apologize for? Locrian, what did you do?
I didn't do
When did I become you guys' parents?
I was
I
here.
don't know. When you started yelling.
Welcome to my club, Israel.
Well, I'm in a cage with you guys, and
We
I
have
just walked
t-shirts.
in.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
We are
You wanna
friends.
start
That's
singing
why I care
aloud?
about yelling.
Why can't we?
Stamos is singing too quietly, but you're not sure if it's a chant or if it's a song.
Xeris, if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be yelling at you right now.
That's what every parent says.
If I didn't
Or
care,
I would
I
assume.
wouldn't let this happen. I am actively trying to help you guys.
I don't
So I need to know what the hell
understand
happened.
figures.
A small voice speaks up from the back of the room.
I think
Oh, hey guys!
It's Let me out! I need to toss him!
Timos turns the face
Is
of
that
voice.
really Bloink, Dylan?
Yeah, he's already out of the room the whole time. He watched you guys fight and just didn't say anything. And no one noticed him.
Zach gets up, walks to the door.
No, stop.
Nope, grab.
Please.
Sit.
One more and I will hold person you. I swear.
I will help her.
Hey, King Deimos!
Stiller.
King General Deimos!
Keith Stiller.
I got something.
He's like stood fully towards him. You've come at the perfect time.
I got something for
You
you, boss.
bring. What do you bring?
And his trash can head opens up. There's like a glass sound. He regurgitates a piece of cake and holds it up to you.
Bro,
He takes like a.
bro,
He
don't,
holds a hand over his heart,
don't do it,
and
bro.
he bends his arm out and grabs the cake.
And he goes, oh, as you take it, Floyd goes, wait. And you hold it in front of his mouth for a moment, and he goes, yeah. And like a little cherry pops out and lands on top.
It's the whole
Xeris, and Bo's just gonna point at Deimos with the throat cake and just be like, Xeris, look what you have made this poor man
He,
have.
he takes the cake with one hand, and he brings his other hand under Blank's chin and just gently scratches it. You have done good. He picks it up.
Blank begins to purr, and his leg thumps against the ground.
Unsightly.
So adorable.
Look at what you have brought this man down to. He is about to eat throat cake, Xeris.
He's carrying the cake, like totally just like not caring about like the drool and everything that's like dripping off of it. Like,
Is this his destiny, Xeris? His throat cake? His destiny, Xeris?
Apparently it is.
Xeris.
Back in the jail.
His throat cake is destiny, or were you just being an asshole?
He's extending the cake to Xeris. He says,
He
"Take a
had some
bite."
cake and then we all got in.
You know what? That's a better
Just
punishment.
a hobgoblin and his quest for some food.
Take a bite, Xeris, and I will forgive
I think
you.
it's your destiny to have a bite of
So
cake.
many times it happens too
That was
fast.
your Bo, like.
And the whole mission just goes to
You just stay there, extended hand.
Guys, Ash tries to say
Anything.
something. What?
Can we like keep it down just a little bit? I don't want to mute you guys
Yeah.
for like It's getting a little too much.
I don't have that
Alright,
choice.
Deimos wants to say something.
Oh, he's just extending the cake to Zeus. He says, take a bite, and I will forgive you.
And Bo backed up and said, "This is your destiny. You deserve this."
But I choose my.
And right now, you're gonna choose to apologize by eating a piece of fruitcake.
Do I get to kick Blink's can after?
Just eat the cake. That's all I ask. It's an accept or decline sort of offer.
It's the
He's
time
taking
that
a
you eat that cake and just get forget.
Theos' smile grows.
Need to go to fight.
push.
As he puts it, goes to put it in his mouth. He
There's
puts
like a flame in his eyes.
And as he puts it in his mouth, he's gonna go to smash the cake into your face.
Oh no.
You know what?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, Bo,
It's time out.
You know what? I'd rather help Bolt with his problem.
Yeah.
Oh, you get up and you walk. You look around the room for Bolt, but you don't see him.
Oh, come on. I can perception on Bolt. I do disguise all the time.
Sure, go ahead. Roll perception.
Give me a second. My sheet
That
isn't loading.
one. No.
Hold on. My sheet won't load up.
That one, and I say Xeris misses Deimos and hits Bo with the cake.
That's fair. I will agree to that. 100%. Why is it not? Come on.
Does anyone, by the way, want to dive in front of the cake aimed at Deimos' face? I'll totally allow someone else to take the bullet.
Fuck no.
No throat cake for me.
Deimos takes the hit.
Okay, I gotta refresh. One sec.
You know
I love
what?
that he's standing, and it's just great. It makes it all better.
Deimos, as Xeris like tries to shove the cake in your face, there's a "Nyah" sound, and the sound of steel jaws clamping shut. And Xeris, up to your forearm is inside Blink's mouth.
Exactly what I wanted.
I totally saw that happening. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you guys seen Naruto? That scene where Sakura just is biting that one guy, and he just keeps hitting her. That is what's happening
That's
with
pretty
Blind.
fucking
So,
old.
he's doing that
episode, dude.
to me.
That's such a serious scene. What the fuck? This is not the serious scene.
No, Blake's treating it as serious. And he looks back at you, Deimos, and a single tear drips down his face as he's protecting his king. Is your roll your perception?
I'm trying.
Okay.
So,
I just got it reloaded.
All right. You don't see Bolt, but you do see Martin. Describe.
15. What was his disguise check?
25.
28, including Xeris.
Oh,
yeah.
well. Okay.
Well.
So who's the stranger?
Well, he looks suspiciously a lot like another man that has a blindfold usually.
Oh, sweet Jesus! It's Quentin disguised as. I shouldn't have let you describe.
Wait, is he disguised as Quentin?
Disguised?
No, that's great. Bo knows Quentin. So you're disguised as Quentin?
Yeah.
Bo's gonna look over at you and be like, huh. Usually you would have ended up in front of the cake.
So goes. Yeah, Deimos, what are you doing?
So Blank is on Deimos' like arm.
Xeris' arm.
cake.
He's on Xeris.
Xeris' arm. Okay.
Yeah, he ate it out of Xeris' arm, and he's clutching onto Xeris' arm with his teeth. And Xeris just punches him in the head over and over and over.
Deimos is just watching, and then he's just gonna turn and sit back down.
All right. So
Can I try pulling Bloink off of freaking Xeris?
Sure, you grab him by his little legs as Xeris is pounding his football-shaped head into a more pancake-shaped head.
Phrasing.
have to roll
Can't say that
anything?
you're pounding his football-sized head.
Football's a shame.
Do I have to roll anything?
No. He just pops off. And as he pops off, Bree, what are you doing with your unseen servant?
He's outside the door.
Yep.
I
Oh,
want
no,
to try-
no. You need to cast him. It needs to be a space you can see.
It doesn't say that. It just says an unoccupied space on the ground within range. Outside the door is within range.
Yeah.
It doesn't say.
Yeah,
you have to see
I
it.
rule it. Yeah, I rule it as spells that don't specifically say that you need to see, as you have to see.
Okay. No, I didn't know
Just
that.
because. Yeah, I no worries. You don't waste a spell slot then casting it because you
Okay.
didn't know the
Well,
rules.
it's a ritual,
for
so
that.
I
didn't-
wouldn't anyways.
Yeah. Your produce flame did go out while you cast your other spell, though, because both were consecrations. Do you reactivate your produce flame?
Yeah, because there's no point then. This.
I mean, you can keep detect magic up to 10 minutes, meaning if something magical came within 30 feet of you, you'd know.
Okay. Well then.
So it's your call if you want to keep detect magic up, or if you want to keep heating that doorknob.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna. I'll stay at the door then, and I'll keep that up. Because you said the door is only 10 feet, right?